hello, and welcome back to session 3 of GeeklyInc's 24-hour, not international, but just our tabletop day. They moved tabletop day, and we kept this one. I am joined by 4 of the NeoScum crew, the NeoScum players, as I decided to call them just right now. And we will be playing a game set within the Drunkeros universe, so I hope they don't break it. Can y'all introduce yourselves to the wonderful viewers out there in internet land?
Hey, what's up? My name's Mike. I'm Mike Migdall. I play Dak Rambo on NeoScum.
Who are you today?
Today, I will be playing Gooby, Prince of Thieves. Should I say anything else about my character? Or?
Save it. We'll figure it out.
I'll save it.
Yeah.
Jasper, I swear to God. We have a cat that's roaming around.
Just a wild,
yes, there is a cat that
beast.
I'm sure will.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Hello, I'm Eleni Sauvageau. I play Pox on NeoScum, and today I will be playing Lunch Meat.
Hi, I'm Blair. I play Zenith on NeoScum, and today I will be playing Pavith.
Hello, everybody. My name is Casey. I play Zenith on NeoScum. That's just a joke, Blair.
I would never let you.
Jasper.
Whoa! I love Jasper.
Jasper's going to be playing the role of every enemy we fight
Yeah.
today.
Okay,
I'm
perfect.
I play Tech Wizard on NeoScum and do a little editing.
He does all the editing.
He does all the editing. Well,
A lot of editing.
all the editing.
Most of the editing. He does all
Perfect.
the editing.
He does
Well,
all
thank
the
you so
editing.
much for
Well,
joining
a
us
lot of
on
it.
this day. And if you are now just joining the streams, we are trying to break our number one ever goal of $10,000, $777 today. We still have 20 hours to go, just under 20 hours.
In the next 14 minutes.
Yeah.
That's
Woo!
awesome.
We're doing it. It's actually less than 20 hours. I saw 4, and I thought we are a base 10 system on math. We are not. But let's raise $7,000 in the next 4.5 or 3.5, 2.5 hours. We'll see. Let's get cranking because I am not good at one-shots. I want to let all of you know that. I am bad at pacing, so the last 4 minutes will either be you guys dramatically winning, or you'll solve it in the first hour. We'll see. It will not be anywhere in the middle.
Our pacing tends to vary as well.
We
so
can-
I don't feel too bad.
We can harass one NPC for 17 hours.
Yeah.
Okay.
Don't you worry.
Or we
Yeah.
can all have like horrifying character realizations and
We're
20
good at that
minutes.
too.
Let me read a little bit of lore background. So the 4 of you were contracted by Lady Robin Shutterhue to guard the Vial of Vitality, a serum that theoretically gives, some say, eternal life, some say eternal youthfulness, some say just unwrinkly skin to make you look great for a long time. Regardless, during the Days of Wonder, sponsored by the Temple of Gond, everyone's been talking about it. And sometime today, there's going to be it's this, as we all know. I don't need to tell you guys this. You're here in the Days of Wonder, but just for the audience, at some point today, in a handful of hours, there's going to be the big showcase where they finally reveal the Vial of Vitality. Your characters are hanging it out in the sort of bodyguard / adventurer / what have you tent. This on day 3 of the Days of Wonder. Days of Wonder is when the Temple of Gond sponsors all of the inventors, all of the artificers, you name it, to kind of come out and show off their wares. So for the past 2 days, it's kind of like a mix between a carnival and maybe CES and whatever the tech crunch thing is that hit in the hit show Silicon Valley. I don't really understand if that's real or not, but that's kind of what is going on. So unfortunately, though, there has been like rumors going around by Lady Barbara Yagowski, who is very jealous of this Vial of Vitality. I have a few questions for all of you to kind of get into the spirit of the things. I should pull up your character sheets. As I'm doing that, I will ask you questions. So it is more or less a carnival situation, maybe a rock and roll show, so to speak, as well. You are hired on adventurers. You don't come cheap. What snacks do you demand in the waiting room?
Great question.
Pavitt is pretty normal, pretty straight up. But he also is he's a Goliath, so he's a big one. And his snack of choice is several loaves of bread. So he's just requested probably 20 loaves of bread to be in the tent, just so he can sit there, and he eats them, just grab the whole loaf and then just start eating it like it's a little dinner roll, he just eats the whole fucking thing.
Yeah, best thing since sliced bread. Yeah.
He likes to carbo load before.
Yeah.
He likes to carbo load before, and then he likes to carbo load during, and then he usually likes to carbo load after as well.
Yeah.
Bread boy.
Yeah.
Lunch meat probably wants a large bucket filled with big turkey legs.
Okay.
Just big turkey legs. Double fist.
Is it sliced deli lunch meat turkey?
No, they're legs. They're legs, that you get at the Renaissance Fair.
Okay, that makes sense.
Big honking turkey legs, of monster turkeys.
Okay. We have a running goof.
How big these turkey legs are.
Really very good.
Yeah, we have a running goof in our show where we don't have turkeys. We have dreadwing behemoths. So you're just crunching on some dreadwing behemoth legs, and they're big. They're Flintstone styles. Yes.
Perfect.
Gooby,
Yeah. Gooby is a bullywug. It's a little frog boy, and as such, he demanded a big fly pot pie. Lots of flies and insects and little tiny beetles and whatnot in kind of like a breaded pie.
Did he have to explain to someone what that was so that they could make it for him?
No, this is pretty standard there.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. But, so one of the interesting, and again, you guys all know this, one of the interesting things about Glane is it's near an area called Tidtown that is made by monstrous races, and Tidtown helped save the Glane about 7 years ago, give or take, and a pretty famous bullywug named Brip Rap. He's sort of the Dritz Do'Erden of Dark Elves, but for bullywugs. So, yeah, bullywugs, people in Glane, they go crazy for him.
Nice.
Oh, damn. Yeah.
Brip Rap. We all know Brip Rap.
Everyone knows Brip Rap. Yeah.
My character Mela is a 4.5 foot tall, 89 pound, 17-year-old. So very, very petite, very thin. She wears a carved wooden mouse mask over the top half of her head, like Cubone. So she just, they were like, what kind of snacks do you want? And she was like, I don't know. And then eventually was like, I guess like a root or something. like a ginger root or something. Ooh. And she's just kind of like sucking on it.
Okay.
She doesn't realize that you're supposed to put it in hot water as a kind of tea-like thing, but she's just kind of sucking on the root.
Good for your stomach.
Gnawing on it a little bit. Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's great for your stomach for sure. So you are in the sort of getting ready tent before your shift, quote unquote, starts. The fella, the acolyte of Gond, Dylan Dipstick Bradley, who is a about 5 foot even dragonborn with kind of gold and red scales, takes over for you at night. So that y'all can kind of, you're not working 24/7. You're there to be just as much to protect the vial of vitality as you are to be menacing to others who might think about fucking with it. You haven't heard from him today. He usually comes and collects you during the morning to bring you into the temple where all the various inventions are stored so that people can, keep the stuff there, and no one's gonna mess with the temple. When all of a sudden he busts in, his dragonborn hair tendrils are all over the place. He has a bloody nose, and he runs up to you, and he goes, "Ah! They stole! It's gone! It's gone! They're going to kill me! What do I do? What do I do?"
Pavith sets down the loaf of bread he had in his hand, and he looks, "Dipstick, what do you mean it's gone?"
It's gone. I was downstairs. No one's supposed to be able to get into the temple, and I heard a commotion, and it's completely gone. I don't know. What do I help me?
Quit your crying. No more crying. No more crying. Everything's gonna be fine.
Yeah, finally, some excitement.
Yeah, if you start crying, I'm going to start crying. If I start crying, Lunchmeat's going to start crying.
I love to cry.
I cry. This is a pretty bad
I
situation.
love to cry as well.
So we're better off not crying so that we don't end up in a cycle of tears.
Okay. Whew. All right. Yeah. They couldn't have gone far. I ran as close as I could. As we all know, we are right next to the Temple of Gond, in the sort of parade grounds of Glane, the Jewel of the East, in the northwestern area of the city, which, as we all know, don't know why I'm telling you this, Burning Daylight is next to an area where we all call the Alley of Bells, where the car refugees, again, why? 12 years ago, moved here after their place was destroyed. So that's where we're at. It's a nice area, a lot of tents. Anyways, we got to get over that temple to look around. Maybe we can find some clues. I don't know if it was that Lady Barbara, or I don't know if it was someone else, man.
You didn't see who attacked you?
No.
Oh, no.
They hit me about my face and neck, and I fell down.
What did your fist feel like?
A good question. It was definitely not, they didn't have on like gloves or anything. I felt like a bone, but it wasn't metal, if that makes sense.
Bone?
Well,
You said bone?
skin on bone, not
Okay.
metal. No, I don't think it's a skeleton. I don't want.
That's a
Yeah, they had bones in their body.
Some sort of walking skeleton.
Not yet. I
Covered
wanted
in
you to know it wasn't a walking
It's
skeleton.
definitely
Okay.
a skeleton.
Okay, all right. We'd have to keep
Ah,
our
it
eyes
seems
out
like a-
for a lich or some sort of
Probably a
necromancer.
skeleton.
Listen,
Bro-
Dipstick,
Yes.
I want you to know, don't ever apologize for giving us exposition, okay? Sometimes, we're from out of town, and I just want to say, as a person not really familiar in this environment, it's nice getting a little bit of extra info on the surrounding area, even if it might be redundant.
It's
some of
nice
these
to
other
know
locals.
that you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
It would-
a good way of testing to make sure you remember things after you got punched so hard in the face.
And
by-
listen, I mean, sometimes
yes.
warriors like ourselves, we can be too prideful and we
Ah.
can make assumptions, so it's
Right.
good to just lay everything else out.
And to be clear, I'm no warrior. I'm a thief. Ooh.
Also, I'm a.
Where'd he go?
He's probably on the ceiling.
I'm right here. Finally, we can go from the defensive to the offensive.
All right. Well, shall we head out? Pavith pulls this weird. It looks like one of those like baby backpacks, but it's like
Okay.
for a massive, like 7.5 foot tall Goliath.
Uh-huh.
And he puts it on, and there are like 3 slots in there, and they're perfectly sized for the entire crew to get on his back.
Okay. Give me a strength athletics check, please.
Okay.
And I don't remember how much y'all said you have played 5e, so please ask me any questions.
Well, it's
But,
funny. We play a Shadowrun game, so all we have is like a ton of 6-sided
He
dice.
just like grabbed
And we
for
don't
it
have a
and then
single.
put it back down.
We don't have one single 20-sided die.
We have to use
Yeah.
an app.
Okay, that's fine.
Definitely in front of
Yes.
Yeah.
Here we go.
Walking around shaking the thing.
Can you mention your special ability? Because this is really what.
Okay, yeah.
Cinches
So
it.
because he's a Goliath, Pavith has what's called. Well, now I gotta find it. Oh boy, he has powerful build. You can
Okay.
have one size larger when determining your carrying capacity and the weight you can push, drag, or lift.
Dope.
But I also have great athletics, so I would love to make
Yeah.
this cool.
For sure. Yeah. I mean, you're going to be able to do it. It's just figuring out the extent to which you succeed, right?
Exactly.
I also want to say that lunch meat is just shorter than anybody in the room. Shorter than the shortest person in the room. So if
Gotcha.
the shortest person enters the room, lunch meat gets smaller.
Gotcha. What is lunch meat's race again? I'm sorry.
Rock gnome.
Rock gnome. Beautiful. Wonderful.
I really hope at
I don't
some
know
point,
if that's a thing. I made it
It
up.
is.
I hope
It
lunch
is.
It's another person who also is shorter than everyone in the room, and you guys just have like a real short off.
Oh, and then you go into
Whoa.
the quantum realm.
We become
Rewind time.
So Pavith puts on this backpack, and I'm assuming people start getting in there.
Yes.
And I rolled a 5, and with my athletics, that's plus
Wow.
5, so I got a 10 total.
Perfect. So it's a little awkward at first as they kind of jump in, and yeah, you kind of are able to dip down. Can the non-Pavith characters roll a d6 for me, please?
Now that I
Oh,
can
now
do.
that, yeah, we can.
Hey, speaking y'all's language.
Thank you.
Whoa.
I got a 6.
Okay.
I would like to say that Gooby if it's cool with Pavith, Gooby likes to perch on Pavith's head with his like sticky limbs and
Yeah.
sticky little phalanges. 3.
Ooh,
Oh,
a
they
3
got
as well.
That's a 6 total.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Gooby and Mela, is that correct? Mela?
Yes.
You each bonk your heads as the haste with the situation calls for. You each take, let me roll this boy. You each take 4 points of damage
Wow, damn.
as you glonk.
Also, remember, we're coming from Shadowrun, so 4 points of damage sounds insane to
Yeah,
us.
Oh yeah.
That is a murderous move.
That's like half of Tech Wizard's health bar.
And we can't add our maybe our acrobatics.
So I wanted to make sure you guys weren't accidentally because you both have Gooby. You have 24 hit points, and
I'll take-
Mela, you have 34 total. So yeah,
I'll take the 4. I'll body it.
your body totally.
Gooby will take it too and act like it didn't hurt, but it hurt.
Okay, certainly. So you run out into the street. It's early-ish morning. It's a gorgeous day. Sun's out. It's
Oh, wait,
About-
you made it in?
yeah, you're fine. You're fine.
Oh,
You're fine.
wow. So
Yeah.
comfortable.
Oh yeah, you're completely nestled in. Like you could probably even do basic mechanical things like throw spears or arrows and stuff like that. You're like a turret practically.
Yeah, you're in. He's. I guess if Gooby normally rides on his head, I think there's 2 pockets on the back. So
Just kinda grab a
you want to be in the
shoulder.
top one or the bottom one?
I'm in the top one. Lunch me turns around, gives Pavith a kiss on the back of his head. Mwah! Oh, buddy.
And Mela is facing backwards, so she's not looking forwards like the
Okay.
rest. She's got her legs out the slot like a baby Bjorn backpack.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Just checking out the rear, legs out the slot like a
Around,
baby Bjorn
rocking all
backpack.
angles.
Yeah.
Just checking out the rear.
Yeah, I was
Okay.
gonna say, he's like has his hand on Pavith's forehead, so it's like kind of like he's having to like move around to try to.
yeah. And that might be why y'all got bonked. It might not. We don't know. So
Yeah.
We'll never
Uh,
know.
It's,
We'll
it's
never,
the
ever
cost
know.
of becoming a mecha.
Welcome to
For
the
sure.
Days of Wonder.
yeah,
Uh-huh.
exactly. So you burst outside. It's a wonderful. Let's call it 73 degrees. It's no.
Here in Chicago.
Literally snowing.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, that's good. You can imagine. This is why we role play.
Yeah.
Thank God.
It's a wonderful 73 degrees. You can afford a house. You have health insurance. You can do all those things. Then, as the people are starting getting their shops up and going, here's a few examples of the things out there. You see 6 foot tall automatons at someone's kiosk that they kind of have lined up in a row, and he's just kind of rubbing them, making sure the shine is right. To the far across the square that you're in right now, there's like a petting zoo and you can see the another Goliath there feeding the various animals. There's one of those hammer things, you hit it and it go up, and we go, yeah.
Test your strength.
Yeah.
That's your strength. Yeah, there's various food carts. There's various normal food carts, various magical food carts. And then there's folks just selling basic trinkets. Not really there invited style from the Temple of God, but just there because the temple or because the festival is there. So selling, a sword or what have you.
You said this is like the CES
Yeah.
of this world, right?
Sure.
I feel like there's TED Talk stages all over.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, exactly.
How does it differ from the E3 of this world? Just trying to get the atmosphere.
Okay, yeah, it's very similar to E3 for sure. There's an embarrassingly clad lady handing out pamphlets, and you just see two dudes walk by with a bag that's almost as large as your bag, Pavith, with like some graphics card on it or whatever that would be in this world. I don't know. A crystal ball with like a cool ass ninja on it or something like that.
This is great. I love it.
What is the carrying capacity for this whole room that we're in? Just want to know how short lunch meat is potentially.
Oh yeah.
And Adam.
Okay, yeah. Let me
You're outside.
Okay, let's say that lunch meat has to be within a 6-foot radius of the
Okay.
shortest person in the room.
Okay.
So
Okay.
like, if there's someone all the way, because that would make lunch meat invisible.
What if a fly lands on lunch meat's head?
Then Gooby's gonna snack it up.
Yeah, if a fly, it's
kind
gonna be
of
like
humanoid type.
right.
Yeah.
We don't have to worry about flies, all right?
Yeah.
Gooby's here.
That's great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Gooby snacking while we're running too.
Oh
Right?
yeah.
Yeah,
For
for sure.
on the road.
Yeah, I mean, 73 degrees is perfect snack weather. It's perfect, like bug weather. Glane is, if I remember correctly from our map, on the opposite side. It's in the mountain. It's a sort of mountainy region, but also not that far from a swamp. So, fantasy stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Unfortunately, y'all are waylaid. Gooby, I'm not even gonna make you roll. You're on point. You see these tough dudes. They have, they're tall. They have these unseasonably warm cloaks on. They have shaved heads, comically broken noses, and one of them points a mace at you that has like shards of glass embedded into it, and he says, "Those are the ones we're supposed to waylay. Get 'em, boys!" And from nowhere, one big boy rushes straight after you. The man with the mace. He says, "Get him, boys," and he joins in with the getting. And then,
as a free action, can Melody
please
say, "Hey, what's going on, guys? Facing backwards. What's going on?"
Gooby says, "Bruisers up ahead," and then jumps into the air, blotting out the sun.
Okay.
The acrobatics going on in the background.
Yeah, I'm going to be extremely distracted the whole time. I'm real invested in Jasper. Is that?
Yeah, we're
In Jasper.
Point every time I see him.
Oh, no.
Jasper.
Yeah.
Jasper's honestly
He's
about
trying to walk on like the molding above
I'm gonna
the.
put him away.
Oh, do it, Jasper. Be safe, buddy. How old is Jasper?
man.
Cat safety first. Our role papers are not worth your cat's lives.
Yeah. Everyone, please give a round of money for Jasper. Trying to really make this stream something special.
Shout out to Jasper, the true rogue of the room.
Yeah. Not to be outdone.
than Jasper. The cat, though. You'll be back.
Buddy.
What a little ham.
Yeah, he's loving the stream.
Bye, Jasper. I love you. I have some cats, so I want mine to be big, like Jasper's big, and jump like Jasper's jumps. Right now, they don't do that yet, but soon it's going to be disgusting.
Yeah.
So I'll continue setting the scene, and then when lunch meat returns, we can, feel her. Oh, there she comes. So basically, there's one dude rushing at you. You jump. You block out the sun. He goes. Ugh. From behind you, Mela, you see a gnome with bright blue hair and a twisty mustache that does several twists. He kind of jumps up on a table selling trinkets and grabs this statue thing that's roughly the size of half a loaf of bread, and he chucks it at you, Mela. Can you make a dexterity saving throw or what have you?
Yes.
So just roll yourself a d20, and you should have some points that you can add there.
So it'll be that number plus your roll.
All right. So 17.
Okay, yeah. So you're able to dodge down. Pavith, you feel a clunk hit the back of your back, but no damage to you. As much like a Pokeball or something else, when this statue hits the ground, a burst of light comes forth, and this disgusting
Cubone. They thought I was.
Yeah, he was trying to capture you. That's offensive. This disgusting worm creature pops on the ground. It's like imagine a grub worm, but probably like 6 feet long, with tons of different sections, with a butthole mouth with teeth, tentacles everywhere, and then one more human pops out. So there's 2 humans in front of you, a gnome behind you, and a gross little creature trying to attack you. Can all of you roll a d20, and then this is what we like to call in the biz an initiative.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow, I rolled really poorly.
Woo! I did not roll so great either.
I'm on wizardsofthecoast.com.
Uh-huh.
Let's do it. Yes! A 15, and we add our dexterity to that?
Yes.
Sweet, 20.
I got a
Perfect.
10, so plus 1.
Yeah,
13.
it's just that
Yeah.
initiative number.
Oh,
I got a 2,
Perfect.
so plus 1, so I got a 3.
Okay. Mello, what did you get? I wasn't listening.
Oh, who?
Mela, what'd you get?
Oh, yeah, I got an 8+1, so 9.
Perfect. Okay. Boop. Oh shit! Nice job, you.
That was great.
What is that? Oh,
If
I want
you
that.
just search D&D dice, it's the top
Just
one.
let you choose.
I am looking at the chat on my phone.
Did you say does it let
Thank
you
you, everyone saying NeoScum
Yeah.
good.
100%. You just
Oh,
keep hitting them.
cool.
Yes, come good.
Thanks for
Rip
checking
rap.
the chat. Rip rap. We stand rip rap.
Shameless.
Okay, so Gooby, Master Thief, or Prince of Thieves, I apologize.
One day he'll be back.
Yeah. So yeah, you are on top. You're in the air. There are 2 dudes roughly ahead of you. One big guy, one smaller, sort of cutthroat looking fella off to the left. And you're kind of in it's not busy yet. In the Days of Wonder, people start screaming and backing up, and then there's like a large monster behind you and a little gnome creature. What do you do?
Tim, tell me this.
Talk to me.
One of the big guys, or either of the big fellas, are they wearing pants with a belt?
Yes.
Oh,
Big mistake.
yeah. What?
Do you want them to have a pant with a belt?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Very much.
So, what I'd like to propose is while Gooby's up in the air, blocking out the sun, appearing very cool, with a booming voice, he goes, "Today you cross wits with Gooby, Prince of Thieves. Foo, 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 foo." That's how he laughs.
Perfect.
And he's going to, as he descends, I'll go ahead and press R2 to lock on to the closest big fella, or maybe the one who stuck out his club.
Okay.
I would like to, and I'm not sure how the logistics of this work, but essentially I would like to use a sleight of hands, fast hands, cunning action to take off one of their belts and pants. One of these big fellas. It's kind of a demoralizing move.
Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah. So there's a skill called sleight of hand. You have a +5. You can also probably sell it as a stealth thing where you kind of disappear from them and they're not able to. So roll a d20 and we'll figure it out from there.
That's good.
I shit you not, I got a 20.
Hell yeah, baby.
Woo!
Whoa. I love that the
Wow,
Wizards of the Coast dice roller is from 1997 and
Yeah.
it's like the most ridiculous thing on the planet. You can
Almost not compatible with smartphones.
yeah. You can get to like their old version of the site through that, where it's like you cannot click links to get there. You can just kind of like, if you Google that, you can get there. It's hilarious.
Wow.
Yeah. All right. So you do it. Describe to me what it looks like as this dude who's like 6.5 feet tall, as you pants him.
So let's say Gooby, blotting out the sun, disappears because he has the sun at his back. And as he's falling, he goes so close to where this outstretched club is and like sort of limberly dodges where the club is, puts his hand on one of this guy's, on his outstretched arm to use to redirect him right to his pants, quickly, deftly undoing his belt buckle, which you can say he's got like a cool, kind of like, this guy's got a belt buckle on that's a skull with like a top hat and like.
So, actually, I like where you're barking. He has a skull. And this is a clue. The clue noise goes off. It's a skull that has horns on it, but can you give me a nature check real quick, Gooby?
A nature check?
Roll D20, and then I'll
Man, it looks like
you're able to add a +1 to it.
So I got another 20, and
wait, are you serious? You got another 20?
I'm not joking. Hold on. It's so unfortunate. Hey, can you guys see this? It shows the history of the rolls.
It's a little blurry, but yeah.
Hold on.
In the top right of the.
Oh, there you go.
So I rolled a 15 as my initiative. I got a 20 on the sleight of hand, and I got a 20 on the nature.
It's
check.
legit. There's no multiple rolls, y'all.
And just to show you that I'm not joking, I'm gonna press roll again. If I get a 20, then we know this is broken.
Yeah.
Okay, so I rolled it again, and I got a 9, I think.
Okay.
Yeah, 9. So
Perfect.
I'm sorry to break the game immediately.
So yeah, I don't know how Gannon does it. I mean, me and Gannon spoke about our philosophies of DMing and GMing. In my opinion, I'm your enemy. Everything I'm trying to do is trying to kill you. The pointing, I tried to kill you, didn't work, things like that. So I'm pissed right now. The fact that you're rolling good, like I'm mad. I want you guys to guess, die quickly, mind you. I waste more of your time. And
if you want to erase that, I can go ahead and
we'll take the 9. We'll take the 9.
We'll take the 9.
So here's the thing. It's actually good for me because I believe that you can only roll so many D20s, much like sneezing. You can only roll so many D20s. So what you realize is this is it. When you first see it, the belt buckle looks like a very stereotypical like Texan steer head. But then when you get closer to it, it's not. It's roughly shaped the same, but it's more spooky. And since you with your wonderful nature roll, you do recognize it as being something that you haven't seen in this plane, so to speak. It's the closest to describe it to y'all without me just telling you exactly what it is like a fucked up, cowboy steer thing or whatever. Cool. So it's roughly that shape, but it has very kind of like it has some obsidian around the horn zone.
And it's Trigon official merchandise.
Sometimes I'm in the horn zone. If you know
hey.
I want to say that Gooby, while disassembling this belt, looks at this belt buckle and goes, "Thieves' instinct. Foo foo foo." I'm sorry to commit to this.
Yeah, no, it's good.
Foo foo foo. And he goes, "Not of this realm." And then he whips the belt off. And maybe this is a little too much sauce on this, but
I got a couple 20s, man.
I rolled 2 20s in a row. I'd like to say he whips the belt off and then uses the belt as a whip to just spank the other big fella who's standing nearby.
Hey,
the belt at that point.
Y'all are guests, and it would be rude of me to get in the way. So yeah, definitely go ahead and roll a D6. It should have been a D4. 3. Perfect, not a 20. Yeah, okay. So let me 39. Okay. So yeah, the thug person gets what we would probably call like a condition of like restrained or something along those lines, and he kind of falls to his knees. If anyone does any melee attacks against him or ranged, like physical ranged attacks, you will have advantage, which means you roll 2 d20s. The other person gets thwacked in the head. One of the horns gashes above their brow, and it bleeds coolly like a wrestler.
Gooby is distraught because he was not trying to smack this person in the face. He was trying to smack them in the butt in a humiliating way, but not a harmful way. Gooby's actually does not like doing attacks.
Okay.
Gooby is like, oh no, that's
It-
not the truth.
Oh, it was extremely close to their eye. Very, very close.
God.
Yeah.
Oh,
Uh, next up is this creature. It looks at you, Mela, and it lunges at you. It's again huge bug, or kind of grubby thing with teethies and antennae and stuff like that. And it goes to snack on you. Two of its tentacles reach out. Do you have your AC in front of you? It's going to hit you, but we're going to play through it. I got a 26 to hit you because I rolled very well.
Ooh, okay. So I got in.
Okay.
I got a question. There's no nature or animal handling I can friggin' squeeze in there.
To what extent?
I don't know.
Just fucking,
Like I didn't. Okay, so like
you learn it's a hungry boy, and you do not want to get hit by the tentacles.
Casey, just get a 20. All right, let's get.
All right.
It's not so hard.
Yeah. Do I roll for this? I got 14 AC.
You do not. So you're probably gonna take a thwunk. You might have weird abilities. Let me peek at your character sheet.
No, ghost, right? Ethereal.
Yeah.
That's cool.
No.
Just
Yeah.
kidding.
Oh, you can't ever touch her. She's invisible and
Dead.
what's the word I'm looking for?
Shakira,
Intangible.
Shakira.
Intangible, perfect. Okay, that's gonna throw a wrench in things, but I appreciate a challenge. You take boop, boop. Oh, that's it. Good for you. 4 points of damage as it goes hack and thwacks you. Pavith, you are going to take because I rolled again. What's your AC, friend?
18.
Oh, so he just is able to beat you. He goes, Mela, you feel this thing's like squishy body go underneath your feeties as you're dangling, and you just get bit, Pavith, on your ankle, and you take 7 points of damage as it goes, ha! And yeah. Next up is lunch meat. So lunch meat, you see a bleeding skullduggery type person to your slight left. In front of you is a pantsless man on the ground, heart boxers, and beneath you is a very big bug worm biting Pavith, and then there's a gnome doing who knows what behind you.
So the closest thing to me is probably the bug worm thing?
Extremely, yes.
Okay, so Lunchmeat is going to take his great axe. Right, I have a great axe, don't I? Somewhere. Where are my weapons?
Oh, I don't think you equipped them, but you do have. Let's go to the next page.
Yeah, your inventory will be on the next one.
Where's my stuff?
There's probably.
It should be all down here, unless.
Is there
where all
another
my
page?
stuff is.
Let's see
Can I
here.
stop taking this?
I think you just have to equip your stuff. We use D&D Beyond to do it,
And nobody double checked mine, and I probably know the least of anybody. So
That's
but
okay.
I
I
cheat, so I've done something right.
there you go.
What's a great axe? Like, can you pull up the stats?
Great axe
Yes.
come with my dude.
Oh,
Like,
yes.
that's the first weapon.
Yes, I believe it's either 2d6s or 1d12. I just googled the word great. It's not going to do it for me. Twitch, you'll see this in 50 seconds. Let's see. Let's call it for funsies 2d6 since you all have those to make it easy on everyone. And I believe it's something like that. So we're not even hacking the game.
that's a good roll.
I got 10.
10, perfect. Yeah. So you want to roll d20 first. I'm sorry, I didn't say that to you. So roll d20 and then add your proficiency bonus and your strength modifier.
So
And then +3, so 5.
15, 18. So 18, and then these 10.
Perfect. Yes. So you what? Yeah, you hack it. It's not dead. But what's your fighting style looking like here?
Oh, Lunchmeat. So Lunchmeat is a folk hero who is very used to just hearing the chants of his own name. So before he does anything, he's like, Lunchmeat, Lunchmeat, Lunchmeat. Just overhead, just hearing the chants of his family and his friends in his ears. Just takes a big hulking smash down.
Yeah. So you hunk down into this huge grubby worm thing, and like 3 different of its tentacles, the one that just hit Mela, gets chopped off. It rears back and goes, ah! Has a little bit of Pavith's blood.
That's
running.
not my name. It's Lunchmeat.
Running down his mouth, and he kind of rears back and hisses at you, and then you get some more Pavith blood on your face, Lunchmeat. But it kind of shrinks its body down, hissing at you. Anything else you want to do? Run around?
I'm gonna run around in a circle.
A couple laps.
14 times. Doing a spell. The spell is everybody get distracted and look at me. I'm a Lunchmeat.
Look at that little thing. It's getting shorter. Awesome. The big boy tries to get up. Let's see if he can untangle himself. Oh, that's correct. Oh, I'm like Mike. I got a 20. Okay, he stands. I was like, here's the 20 side. See, there's not the 20. See, checks out.
Battle.
He stands up as you kind of go foo at the bleeding person, and he just clonks you in the back of the head. He did not roll good. What is your AC, Gooby?
14. But
okay.
Sunny, it's still 14.
Yeah, it's one of those Pokemon things. He actually misses. He as you kind of bend over to inspect how much damage is on the bleeding person, you just see a thunk as the mace clunks down right by your head. Next up is Mela.
Okay, so who is remaining at this point in terms
of... there's a bloody person with a gash above their head that is kind of crouched down on a table in front of you. There is...
Who threw the Pokeball at me?
Okay, yeah, they're hanging back. And then there's a big monster in front of you that's like throwing blood everywhere.
How unsanitary.
It's gross. Yeah, you all like every round you all take like D4 blood. There's blood on you. There's blood on you. D4 blood. Yeah.
That's the name of my punk band.
D4 blood.
So you said Tim, the person who threw the thing is hanging back. How far?
Hanging back. Probably about 15 feet, give or take.
And would that like expend any of my actions getting to them?
No, so you have your movement, which is kind of its own thing, and then you have actions, so like hitting, grabbing, taking belts off, spells, things like that. And then sometimes you might have bonus actions for various small things. And then you have even smaller things that are free actions. Drawing a sword, opening a door, putting out a candle, stuff like that.
Extended monologue.
Yes, you get talking is a free action. So, and I don't know how it is in Shadowrun. I haven't played Shadowrun in many years, but in D&D, every round is 6 seconds. So everything we've done has been like, 4 seconds right now, right? But you're still allowed to talk as much as you want. So it's a beautiful thing.
Yeah, it's kind of like in an anime where everything slows down. Like
exactly.
There, yeah.
Yeah, it would be horrible to not let you talk.
Normal speed, everything would be.
Yeah, exactly. But there are people.
Like adrenaline,
Yeah.
It is 8 episodes of Dragon Ball Z.
Yeah, exactly. There are people off the side, like I can't even see them move.
So in the spirit of that, Mela is still in like this Baby Bjorn backpack thing, and there are two clasps on either side, so that just by like unlatching those, it flaps down, it opens and flops down, and she like drops to the ground.
It's a combat baby Bjorn.
Yeah, it's
yeah.
Tactical baby Bjorn.
Yeah. Oh yeah. You wouldn't.
And so like at this point, she just walks in again. Like time is slowed. This thing is freaking out. This worm creature is like freaking out with blood right there. But it's kind of moving in slow motion. The background is blinding white.
Yep.
And she's just like walking slowly past it and like looking at the guy, right? And she pulls out from like around her back this huge, like gnarly piece of wood, just like old, heavy, massive wood. You can see that the very bottom of it though has been carved kind of amateurishly into like a handle for like one hand.
Okay.
And at this point, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to tell you what I'm going to do, and then I'm going to play how she does it.
Okay.
I am even though I'm extremely small and extremely like weak, I have a -1 on my strength.
Oh, love it.
I'm a battle master fighter. And the whole reason for that is because she, oh yes.
Thank you.
Yeah, refueling. That's a tactical refuel. And
Gamer crab.
yeah. And so she is she summons the spirit of the giant that protected her village.
Okay.
Which this club is just a splinter of.
Oh.
And so what I'm doing is as a fighter who's also a druid magic initiate.
All right, I love this.
To in my bonus action first cast Shillelagh.
Okay.
Which means that instead of using strength for my attack roll, I'm going to use my wisdom, my spellcasting modifier.
Okay.
And use that in that. But her way of doing that is like summoning the power of this hero.
Okay.
And so she does that, and she's staring down the guy, and also, yeah, that'll be good. So I want to, I want to sprint at this dude.
Okay.
For good luck, do you want to press the nut button?
Hell yeah, get that nut.
Yeah, so again, and I just want like this guy sees this little girl running at him.
Yes.
With this huge thing.
Yeah, he's a gnome himself, but he's like, I don't care, whatever.
Okay, yeah. So he's not scared, but then she summons this, and she's kind of like glowing a little bit from her skin. And let me see. Oh, so that's just a D20 plus.
You rolled an 8.
Plus wisdom, right?
Plus 5.
Oh,
so
plus 5?
yeah.
Okay.
Efficiency and your wisdom.
Oh, okay, gotcha. So that's a 13.
Perfect. We have a saying called "If it meets, it beats." So he thinks he's able to dodge away, but almost like your spiritual guardian guides your hand a little bit, and it goes and cracks down like on his leg, not quite hitting in his body, but hitting a huge, horrific body blow to the leg, and kind of shudders his like 2.5-foot frame.
Yeah, and she just like is like howling like a beast as she does it.
What do you know? What damage you roll for that little boy?
Yeah, so it's it becomes with the spell I cast 1d8.
Okay, yeah. So go ahead and roll a 1d8, and then I believe you add 3 to that. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, with dueling. So wait, is that I add 3 to it? Is that why? Because I have the dueling comment, or?
I actually hilarious. Actually, let me see.
Would it be plus my wisdom or something? Or
yeah, it's plus your wisdom.
Okay, so I add 3, and then I add 2 more.
Okay.
Because of my dueling style as a battle master.
Oh, awesome.
So that becomes an 11.
11. What does it look like when you
thing at this dude?
what does it look like when you kill or incapacitate or whatever you choose? Was it that they are KO'd or dead or whatever. What does it look like?
Yeah, she swings it, and again, it's like slowed down, and the animation, because look, it's it's just like real like rough as she does it, and she's like, "Not on my watch!" And she hits him, and it like cracks, and everything freezes, and like just very slow, and then time suddenly snaps back in, and he like flips and flies away.
Yeah, he team rockets off again and goes off in the sun, and you just hear him screaming as he flies away.
He lives though. He's
Yeah,
alive.
Oh, he's fine. Oh,
He learned a lesson. Let me
non-lethal. Next up is Pavith.
Sweet. So Pavith has this like big tactical baby backpack on his back, and on the side is his like javelin and spear. So as soon as the combat starts, he like yanks them out. I'm assuming they're easy to get to.
Yeah.
Unless
You would put them somewhere easily, right? You're a trained warrior. You're level 3.
So the dude behind us is gone.
Yep. There's a big worm biting your foot, and then there's 2 dudes in front of you.
Okay. And both the dudes in front of me are up right now, right? Like the
Yes.
one. Okay, cool.
Yes.
Yeah, I think Pavith is just gonna go at one of the big boys.
Okay.
And really, he's not gonna throw his javelin. He's just gonna like, slam forward with it.
Okay. Perfect. Yeah.
And are they like standing perfectly in a line?
They are now.
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna try to get both of them in this one swing.
Okay. Sure.
So tell me, do I just roll like a d20?
Yeah, pretty much everything you do at first is roll a d20, and then we break down individual damage die or what have you, whether it's a d6, d8, or whatever.
The d20 is just a hit, right?
Yes, that's your god dice, so it's like your ability checks. In this case, this is your like action strength check to hit.
Okay, cool. Sweet. I rolled a 6.
Oh, damn!
But I get plus my strength and proficiency, right?
Yes.
Okay, so I got an 11.
11. Yikes. Ooh, buddy. Oh, wait. You actually do hit the thug. He has horrific AC. So
that guy.
I was like, there's no way. Okay, yeah. So he puts his club. He's kind of wrench it free, and as he finally gets it back, he is right in the way as you stab him. Roll damage, please.
Okay. So my damage, 1d6. Oh, wait.
Do we hit the nut button then? I don't.
Yeah.
You nutted too hard.
And I did roll a 6.
Okay.
I get plus 5 for my strength, and then for my dueling.
Okay. So you 11? Is that what we're going with?
Yeah, 11 damage.
Okay.
Oh, dude, you get damage.
What else?
Awesome. All right. Next up, we're at the top of the order, as we say. Gooby, you are up. There is the big boy with the club is bleeding real bad. Trying to just like ripped out the spear or javelin. Excuse me, too much gamer fuel. And there's a big bug behind where Pavith was. Actually, Pavith, can you do me a favor? Can you roll a d20, please, and then add your dexterity modifier to it?
Yes.
And there's a giveaway going right now. So it's hashtag giveaway in ye old Twitch land. I believe it's for another hero book. I'm not paying it super attention, but I believe it's a book. The hero book is donated to us by Material Components. They're very cool. I touched one at PAX Unplugged. You probably won't touch the one that I touched, but Nika will touch it. That's even better.
Hey, everybody, if there are any NeoScum fans in the chat, don't let us down. Donate.
Woo! Yes, we are currently...
Last year.
Yeah. Thank you for
supporting
us, but don't.
Yeah, there's $3,417 currently, as we've been going for 7 hours now. You can go to GeeklyInc.com/Trevor to get to the donation. Obviously, if you are in a financial situation, don't feel bad. Tell someone if you have anxiety. Don't feel bad at all. You're here. We thank you. But if you are able, the Trevor Project does amazing things. Once again, if you haven't heard it, they're the leading national organization providing crisis intervention and suicide prevention services to lesbian, gay, bisexual, transgender, queer, and questioning young people under the age of 25. So go ahead and check them out. They rule. And thank you so much to everyone who's given us the money so far. It's already successful. We're stopping the stream now. Thanks, everybody.
Yeah. We did it.
All right. Sorry, Pavith. You need to roll a d20 and then add your dexterity-based numbers to it, please.
Sweet. I rolled a 17 plus 1 is 18.
Okay. So one of the this creature, which you might know as a Carrion Crawler, wraps its tentacle around your footy, but you're able to just rip with your body, and it's like the tentacle just comes off. It's still wrapped around your foot. It doesn't hurt. It's just you now have a gross sort of long tube hanging off your foot.
Gross.
So Gooby, you're up. Sorry about that.
So there's one person who just got stabbed.
Yes.
By my friend Pavith, and then there's another person who I previously whipped in the face with the person who just got stabbed's belt.
Correct.
Okay. And does the person who is currently suffering a minor head wound, do they have hair?
Yes, they have long, sort of auburn hair. They are, now that you're closer, you can tell that they're some sort of elf.
Also, they're an elf. Okay.
Do they shampoo every day, or is it like a once a week situation?
So, I don't like to get stereotypical all the time because, most times bandits don't become bandits because they're evil. It's life circumstances, but their hair's a little greasy.
Gooby has a thief's intuition.
Mm-hmm.
And Gooby follows those intuitions when he has them.
Mm-hmm.
And he's looking at this person and he says, "Today you cross wits with Gooby, Prince of Thieves. What a day to wear a wig!" And Gooby screams up and goes to remove this person's wig, snatching it off their head.
Okay.
I'm not sure if they're wearing a wig or not, but Gooby is like, "That's a wig."
This is a wig, surely.
A collection of wigs that he snatched.
Now, I want to let you know, in case to help the situation, you're allowed to use your tongue as a 10-foot reach weapon or arm if you ever want to throw that into the mix.
He only uses his tongue after he's been bloodied.
Okay, yeah, so he's saving it. Yeah, it's like, okay, gotcha. So yeah, you give me a...
Rely on it.
Or taste that guy's greasy hair.
Yeah. Doesn't use their tongue unless they have to.
Perfect. This is probably the first wig snatching situation we've had, but I'm very excited. Thank you so much. We got to get some donations for that.
Yeah.
Go ahead and roll your magical D20, please.
My magical D20. All right, Eleni, will you just look at this D20 just so people know I'm not cheating? Okay. So I'm gonna press roll.
This is when you get a 1.
Eleni, what did I get?
19.
There you go. So we're not gonna mess with adding whatever your modifiers are because you rolled well enough. So yeah, you can do probably 1d6 plus 3 damage. So we're gonna use a lot of d6s to help you all out. And go ahead and roll a d6 for me.
Does that imply that they weren't wearing a wig?
Yeah, you just get a clump in your weird frog fingers.
I love this. I love what's developing, which is like he has an aversion to committing violence, but he's just such a good thief.
Yeah.
Is accidentally constantly hurting people.
Today was the day Gooby sought to steal this elf's self-respect.
Oh. You can re-roll that. It fell on the floor.
Oh, we don't have to. It was a 2.
No.
It rolled on the floor, but it was a 2, and I feel ashamed that I've rolled so well. So yeah,
You'll take the 2.
I'll take the 2.
This is how brave of you. Okay.
I'm sorry for rolling.
Can we respect your game?
Hey, again, I'm literally trying to kill you right now. I'm pretty pissed off. So yeah, you get a huge chunk of their hair just ripped off, and they scream a blood-curdling scream. As I don't really know what it looks like when you get ripped out like this. I assume you bleed, right? Because you probably get a little.
Yeah.
Well, elf hair is connected to their brain, so it might have been lethal.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you're
an extension of their nervous system.
Heresy.
Yeah, so the side of
This is too much.
so you rip off the right side of their, like a big chunk on the right side of their head, and for some reason their left eye just rolls back in their head, but they're still okay.
They're
Okay,
yeah.
Well, they're not okay, but they're not dead, so to speak.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
At this point, they look around, they cup their eye, and they try to run away. Now, here's the thing in this beautiful game. It's called an opportunity attack. Pavith and Gooby, whenever a creature leaves your zone, so to speak, you can thwack at them. So if you choose to, you can expend what's called your reaction to give a thwack if you'd like.
Yeah, can Pavith throw his spear at the leg of this guy?
I'm a broken man, and the answer is no, but yes, you can. Save the emails, everybody. Save the emails.
So everyone is running away right now.
No, just the more lithe person. The big dude's there, but
Okay, cool. If this misses, Gooby has a thing.
Okay.
So.
okay.
Is that just a D20?
D20. Yep.
Okay.
This is just like Neverwinter Nights.
Wow. Pavith rolled a 2.
Perfect.
So he throws his javelin, and then I have +5, so it's 7.
Yeah, that's a real bad roll, and so yeah, you're very thankful that when you toss the spear, it doesn't hit anyone in the crowd. It thunks into this giant hunk of meat that one of those shaved meat carts is, and then since it's spinning, your spear keeps going around in circles.
Does it like whack a kid who's not?
Yeah, it's like pushing tons of spice racks over, and
Can we say because of that, like the reason was because like as he went to throw it, part of it got caught on like the backpack strap that like had dropped. Did you undo the whole?
Well, Pavith is left-handed.
Pavith, so it's this one kind of gets caught. It would have been
if he was on your right, you'd be totally fine. But
Ooh, so for Gooby's attack of opportunity, Tim, I would like to propose something to you.
I'm probably gonna say yes. Yeah.
Yes, cool. So as this person's running away, the javelin goes right by them, misses. Gooby puts his hands together and goes, Prince of Thieves, special ability, Shadow Track, yeah! And then goes like a shadow on the person, slinks down and begins to pursue them to try to figure out where they're going to see if maybe this person might lead them to the next, basically figure out who sent them, what they're doing.
Perfect.
Information.
So what we're gonna do? You technically didn't use your movement on your turn, so it's not that big of a. This is not that big of a stretch. Gary Gygax's rolling in his grave. Just kidding. This is why he invented it. Games, that is. Give me what's called a perception check. Again, roll d20, and then add. I can tell you what yours is to make sure we're on the same. So it looks like you have a +1, and you're proficient in it. That's good. Wait. Why is it just +1? Oh, you must be really bad. Oh, you're very unwise. So yeah, your +1 is actually with proficiency. So yeah.
Gooby has a +1 in that because he's the type of person that screams out an attack move before trying to stealthily shadow someone.
Yeah. So go ahead and roll d20.
Lenny, I just need you to look at this. Okay. All right, fair. Gooby finally rolled a 2.
Perfect. Yeah. So you as you're honing into the thieves' ways, unfortunately, in a weird way, thief respect thief, and there was like a little bit of distortion there, and they are able to disappear into the crowd, and you lose sight of them quickly. They ran off to the north-ish, but that doesn't tell you too much.
As for shadow running, he accidentally trips the boy who got.
Yeah, you don't see where they go, but all of a sudden you see a dude just fall over. Like,
yeah, Gooby runs eye first into the javelin that was thrown. My new character is Warlocks.
Okay, next up is Lunch Meat. There is Big Boy and Big Bug.
Big Bug is probably still closest to.
Yes, he is very close.
All right, so Lunch Meat goes just like very burly, but also real short and cute. Walks up to the Big Bug, who is spewing blood, just like constantly spewing blood in his face. And he's got his eyes like closed, and he opens up his eyes and he goes, "Rah!" and hits right in his head.
Perfect. So it has 2 giant eyes. Go ahead and you hit right in the middle of it. Go ahead and roll a d20 to see if you're able to get through its weird sausage-like skin.
I think it's gross as hell. That's pretty much. Oh,
an 8.
An 8.
Do I add anything?
Yeah.
Yes.
And proficiency.
So that would be a 13.
Perfect. Y'all are consistently meeting their armor class. So you hit. Go ahead and add your delicious damage.
Which is 2d6, I think.
Did you say it had a butthole mouth?
Butthole mouth. Yeah.
7.
Okay, yeah, you do 7 damage. You chop off one of its main antennae that's up there and kind of cleave, and like half of its face slows off. I don't, Sloths. Really? I never. It's one of those words I don't say out loud very much. Sloths off. And he kind of, with a scream, he returns, and then like with a bright flashing light comes, and there's a statue that's shaped like it, just like a really gooey boy. I will, if you're in the chat, I'm gonna link what it looks like on D&D Beyond. It's called a Carrion Crawler. They're gross.
Yeah, is the statue like now like a little bit messed up because it got like chopped up? Okay, sweet.
Yeah, a little bit. What?
Turned it to the magic realm it came from.
Oh, so
yeah.
I can pick up the statue.
You can pick up the statue. Yeah.
Wow. So Lunch Meat picks up the statue, and it's just like.
So,
it's made of stone, right? You're like a
not made of stone.
Lives in rock.
Yeah, just like a lives
in
in
rock
rock
gnome.
A
Okay.
rock gnome.
I didn't know.
Yeah.
Okay, I got
it.
But he's putting it together.
He's like got
like a
golden
golem or
hair, and he's nice, golden eyes. He's not all gold.
yeah. Okay.
His eyelashes are platinum.
He's just a little round, cute. And
Okay.
he's covered in blood right now. So now he's all red.
Yeah.
Everywhere.
And it's like a bright, weird red because you just hacked this weird abomination creature. And when you pick up this statue, you feel a weird tingling in your eyelashes, and as you can kind of feel like something happening with this stone. But the big thug boy turns. And nothing bad happens. It's a little tingle. Not a big deal. He looks at all of you. He puts his hands up, like kind of covering his wounds. Like I ain't trying to die here today. I'm sorry. We don't have to. We're adults. We're you know.
What's your name?
My name is. Let's see who's in the chat. Oh, I'll go to the donation, and I'll pick a person. Refreshing.
Ooh, this is fun.
Ooh.
My name is Emily Coughlin.
Wow. Okay. Well, it seems like we're gonna not kill you because you've surrendered.
I've surrendered. Please don't hurt me. They just paid me to go fight the short ones, the big ones, the frog, and the stick haver. And I'm sorry.
Tell us what else you know.
Can you roll a d20 and add for me your either intimidation or persuasion, because he's freaking out over here. He's lost a lot of blood, so you got to try to basically get him focused again, whether through intimidation, persuasion.
I got a 1. I got a 1, and then my persuasion is +3. But
Eleni, I'm so happy that you're getting the ones out on
Just
my
to-
D20.
Pass it back to you. That's hilarious. This is like, I mean, you might as well kill me, because they're gonna kill me too if I tell you. I'm sorry. That's me saying that you failed.
Pavith is Pavith like walks towards this dude in kind of a menacing way, trying to intimidate him a little bit. and he gets like right up in his face. And how tall is the big boy?
I think I said he's like 6'2" or something along those lines.
Pavith probably has like 1.5 feet on this guy.
Okay.
Gets down and like looks at him right in the face, and he's like, "Who sent you?"
Okay, since you did some damage to this person previously, he is definitely afraid of you, as he's clutching the wound. So go ahead and roll a d20 twice and take the higher of the two.
Oh,
well, you got a 20.
On my first roll, I got a 20. So let me roll the second one just for. I got a 9 on the second one. So
there you go. Okay, so you got a natural 20. He says, "Well, I didn't know their names. I've been working with them for some time. I'm not gonna lie. That was a lie earlier when I said they just paid me for the day. I thought maybe you wouldn't kill me then, but I'm not part of them. There are these weirdos. They keep muttering. Since you rolled so well, I'll tell you. I wasn't gonna tell you. They keep muttering about something. Orcus. That's the thing. Got this cool belt buckle that he took from me in the shape of Orcus. Yes, that one right there, little guy. They were somewhere in the Alley of Bells where the car people are. The Carrion refugees. Another group was going to the temple to steal the vial. Is what I heard. But you gotta let me go. You got.
Pavith is like grabbing his shoulder now, and like pushing on it just a little bit, and he's like, "Where were they gonna take the vial?"
Well, they don't tell me that. There's a shop somewhere, but I don't know where it is. They don't let little guys like me in there.
Maybe we should let him go. And then Gooby's getting ready to do another stealth shadow track to see like where this guy goes afterwards. He's getting ready.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, Pavith lets him go. He's
okay.
Even he gives him a little push as he like stands up.
Yeah. And as you're tracking him, Gooby, three guards walk over, just in gleaming local finery and scale mail and stuff like that. It's like, "Nice work, adventurers! You took care of everything here with minimal damage."
Yeah, like where the hell were you guys?
I think getting here in 12 seconds is...
You've still got a cotton candy in your hand, dude.
He puts it behind his back. I think getting to a crime scene in a situation like this in 12 seconds is commendable. I did my job.
Wipe
12 seconds
off your mouth before you talk to us, okay?
It's breakfast time. I was having my breakfast cotton candies. It's a holiday.
We're on holiday. I'm no adventurer. I'm Gooby, Prince of Thieves.
Go with it.
Where did
Pavith is gonna walk over to the meat where the javelin is still like spinning around, and I'm gonna say like the guy who's in charge of the meat has been like trying to like pull this thing out over and over again, but it won't come out. And so Pavith comes up and he puts his like dirty ass food. He puts his foot up on the meat and then like yanks the javelin out.
Yeah.
And the little kid who is like only just now getting up gets like a splurt of meat juice just like all over his face. He falls back down on the ground.
Yeah, I know he's blind.
Oh, this kid was so evil though.
This is the bad kids. Yeah.
Be a serial killer.
Yeah, so let me copy and paste from my notes here. The end boss I'm gonna make a new one up because you blinded the real end boss. Your Dragonborn friend pops up from under a pile of like clothes that he was hiding under, and he's like, "Wow, that was so good! Come on, we gotta go to the temple to check it out, see if there's any clues there, or you can maybe try to follow. I don't know what to do. I'm not trying to tell you what to do. I'm just here offering narrative."
Pissant. What's his name?
Dipstick.
Yeah.
I'm gonna call you Pissant. I like.
Okay, sure. Thank you very much.
Pissant. Oh, how cute.
His golden cheeks get more red.
Ooh.
And Lunch Meat is still just drenched in weird blood.
Yeah.
Flirting with this guy?
Let me kiss you on the cheek.
No, Lunch Meat, you gotta cool it.
Lunch Meat.
Smooch on the cheek. Let's
Yeah.
go.
There's like a lip print, but in blood. Thank you, sir.
lunch meat.
Wait, where are we going first? Are we gonna follow the guy or? Okay.
Let's go.
Well, the guy's getting arrested, so he's going to jail because he broke the rules.
Sweet. So we're gonna go to the temple then.
Gooby has a hunch that maybe he should follow him to jail. Where low life he talks to.
Is in jail?
Yeah, Pavis is probably gonna try to get people to get back in the backpack and go over to the temple.
Cool. So we don't split the party. We all get.
We're all lost.
We're back.
Temple.
Yeah, back on Pavis.
We're back in cargo form. This time everybody has their weapons in their hands as we're
Okay.
And Momella has the weapon in one hand, but then she has a shaved dice in the other.
Okay, perfect. Yeah, is there any other? That's another one of the. I like to bring up food and dresses or outfits a lot. Is there any particular food, like street meat style food, carnival style food that y'all pick up along the way that you love so much?
That whole big thing of meat that was on a skewer with the dirty boot. Lunch meat just grabs the whole thing of meat off and is carrying this giant meat
behind
the corn cob.
Used his hand while standing on Pavitt's head to just scoop a kid's ice cream. Not like the ice cream with like the cone, but just like one dollop of ice cream.
Yeah, a hilarious ball of ice cream.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Pavis is holding a loaf of bread and the javelin in the same hand. And he's like trying to eat the bread, but it keeps accidentally like
stabbing me in the back.
Kind of like because Gooby's on his head, so he's like holding it up, and every time he goes up to bite it, it like kind of like bonks off of Gooby a little bit. Sorry.
Gooby can't help but take a little bit because he's a thief.
He's got it. Also, while we're talking about outfits, Pavitt is wearing a like comically undersized like black leather vest. No shirt. He's like this ripped Goliath dude, and then these like little like capri length pants. And some pretty rugged looking adventurer's boots.
And you can always see his hard nipples right through the tight leather.
Yeah, they don't make leather like they used to.
I'm horny for this character.
What's it, a horn zone or?
The horn zone. We're in the horn zone.
The horn zone. Yeah.
Just real quick, Gooby is wearing a black silk mesh shirt.
Okay.
And,
with a coif.
Oh yeah,
like
a little like chainmail coif, and he also has on a little a black thieves loincloth.
Okay.
Good mobility.
I was also gonna say, Pavitt has like a military tattoo on his shoulder as well.
Okay, perfect. I love it.
Lunch meat wears just some pants and a t-shirt, and also those like
graphic tee.
No, plain t-shirt and
I'm stupid.
Like a prairie wife hat.
That's great.
I love it.
The bonnet say lunch meat on it.
Absolutely.
But the bonnet stays the same size no matter how small.
Sometimes lunch meat is really small and the bonnet is just laying over like a
you can like use it as a parachute if need be. With your wonderful golden curls coming out of you.
Oh, just like a little Bo Peep.
Yeah. Okay.
And just regular on the bottom.
Perfect. Yeah.
And Mella, just super quick, is just wearing different kind of like armor pieces and stuff. Like she has basically like leather chaps on her arm and like wrapped around. I couldn't figure out what those were called, but I always imagine
bracers.
In School of Rock, but like all the leather all the way like across. I mean, maybe it's braces, but just in School of Rock, there's like the band that Jack Black's character gets kicked out of. Dude without the shirt, and he just has like sleeves down to there. That's what I imagine, except it's like tied under like the arm, but then she has like kind of like a ring mail like a top on and different stuff. But everything she has is just clearly oversized. But it's just like cinched all over with like belts and different wrappings.
She'll grow into it.
She'll grow into it.
Yeah.
Once she hits like 23, 24.
You make your way to the Temple of Gond, where there are several guards in similar finery of the ones you passed. They initially try to slow you down, your battle cruiser of Pavitt, but Dipstick kind of shows his acolytes credentials or whatever, and you're led into basically there's a room they is up some stairs and off to the side. The door is already open, and let's just freeform it, baby. What do you guys want to do? The more you tell me things, the more I'll tell you things. All you know now: room, stairs, door.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
We go in. We go upstairs. We go in.
All right. Can two of you make a perception check?
Yes, Gooby will.
Sometimes it's like
5 on perception.
Okay,
I have a +0. So.
Yeah, so you, Gooby, and Mela should roll.
Gooby
Okay.
Lunchmeat has blood in his eyes, so he doesn't perceive very well.
okay.
17 plus 1, 18.
Perfect.
+1 to perception.
And I'm proficient in it.
Wow, I should have rolled.
I have 15 plus 5, so 20.
Okay, awesome. So both of you notice different things. Mela, you notice on the ground there's this weird sort of contraption. When you first look at it, you can't quite make it out. It's basically in several pieces, kind of chunked around the ground. Lunch meat. You are rock gnome. You recognize this as some sort of, if I remember rock gnomes correctly, because I'm pretty sure I play a rock gnome. But I get confused about that. Rock gnomes, I think, have kind of natural affinity for like tinker's tools, and you notice that this is some sort of broken machine. As all of you are sort of looking down at it, it kind of, as you're peering into its components, you notice some. And Scooby kind of notices this first, that there's little tumbler thingies in it. So this, after like a couple minutes of just poking at this, pile of metal, you kind of fit it back together, and you realize that it's some sort of like steampunk ass lockpick that was in there, and it was just shattered on the ground. Just one? Sorry. It's probably the size of a VHS tape.
Okay, so like,
if you kids know what that is.
so like this big.
Yeah,
that big. So Lunchmeat has a little toy. Did I bring up the Lunchmeat's toy?
No, I don't
believe so.
Lunchmeat has a little toy that, you know what? I'll save the toy.
Okay, save the toy.
I'm sure there's another moment that will call for the toy. I don't need to bring it up.
Yeah. So yeah, basically, the fact that you're a rock gnome, you got rid of a roll or two just because you just know stuff like this. And as you're looking at it, you notice a stylized sort of carving in part of it. Let's see from my notes here. The notes are never where you think they are, right?
Never.
Yeah.
You see TWE carved. No, you see HTWE kind of carved into a circle, all artistic. Like, how like Toulouse-Lautrec's signature or whatever was cool. Like a real RC signature. I'm not smart enough to tell you what that looks like, but you can all see it in your mind's eye of HTWE in a stylized fashion.
HTWE?
Yes. HTWE.
The TW stands for Tommy Wiseau.
And you are in a room.
Okay, so this is weird, guys. I don't know if it's the same thing, but that is the same initials for Hot Tieflings Walking Here.
Which is your favorite play, right? That was going on at the carnival.
Yeah, I've watched it 3 times, and I don't know if this is related to the truth or something.
Are you sure they spell it with an E?
Yeah.
Oh, I guess it would be an apostrophe, so it'd be HTW apostrophe because that's the first letter.
And this is on the broken lockpick?
Yeah, like you wouldn't have noticed it at first, but as you kind of shoddily piece it together, you're not able to make it work again. You're just, based on your roles and your affinity to tinkering stuff, you're able to kind of piece it together, sort of, and you're able to sort of like imagine it broke up in half, and you're able to, like a best friend's charm put together.
As maybe a Prince of Thieves, maybe could Gooby have a thieves' intuition on the type of thief that would be sentimental enough to inscribe something on?
Okay, yeah, you would know this. This is a thief would not do this. This is quite foolish to be like, hey, it's me. It's Aladdin over here.
Mm.
Can I roll like a tracking check?
Okay.
Pavitt used to be like a soldier in this like mercenary band, and sometimes he would have to like track people. So I'm gonna roll my survival.
Perfect. Yes.
Cool.
Take this time right now to just drop some bits.
Drop some bits.
Also,
Yeah.
Let's go to that link and
yeah. What'd you get? Sorry.
I got a 12.
12 total?
And then I have +3 to survival, so 15.
Oh, awesome. Yeah. So definitely drop those donations. The bits, if you don't want the evil corporation of Twitch.
I'm so sorry to say the bits. I thought
no, you're getting me paid, and I appreciate it. And then eventually
$10,000. We are going to show you the toy. Lunch meat.
Show lunch meets toy.
Yeah. We might show it anyway, but we'll see.
Yeah, definitely.
Don't count.
Don't
Behind
count
the
on it.
paywall.
Yeah.
I don't hate
yeah. So you kind of walk up the stairs a little bit, and you notice that there is broken glass outward, from out the door, but there is some glass sort of in.
Pavitt is kind of a dumbass, and he sees that, like, someone broke in from the outside and made the glass fly out.
Now I'm looking around for a melted block of ice.
But as you're kind of looking around, you, based on your previous tracking abilities, you do see some blood on the sort of windowsill on the little bit of leftover glass shard there.
Pavitt had a tracker in his old mercenary band who would like taste the blood, and he was really good at determining what it was. So Pavitt, having no confidence that he's gonna be able, he has no idea what he's expecting.
No, yeah, he just assumes if you taste it. Yeah.
And then he tasted a little bit.
Bad idea.
But it's funny because lunch meat is covered in blood, so when he swats the blood out of Pavitt's hand, it's just a ton more blood.
Oh, bad idea.
You guys are very gross.
Balance your humors.
Let a true thief try that.
Wait. Does Pavitt get anything from the blood?
It's a coppery taste.
So he immediately tastes the blood that's also on all over lunch meat, just as like a A/B testing.
Oh,
Okay,
no.
yeah, that blood is gross. You take 2 points of damage, and can you give me a Constitution saving throw?
Absolutely.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
Oh no.
I'm
This was
gonna.
trying to save you from licking blood.
Joke's on you. Pavitt had to lick blood anyway. Constitution save.
So roll a d20 and then add 4, I believe. Yes.
Cool. So I rolled a 13 and my Constitution
Perfect.
+4. So it's
Perfect. Yep, you're totally fine. First, you kind of get that weird, a weird sensation in your mouth, like you licked a battery or something like that. You know what a battery is. We all know what a battery is.
Yeah. Pavitt
D&D
takes a
world.
bite of bread just to kind of settle.
Yeah, it takes a couple loaves of bread to get it out, but it works for you.
Tim, are there any NPCs around?
There are.
What do
There
we got? What kind of kooky cast of characters are we looking at?
We have another no-nonsense guard with they're holding their helmet underneath their arm. We have Dylan Dipstick, who's kind of looking around and who was here at when this happened. And there's another cleric that is in much better finery than Dipstick.
Just a clarification on these guards. Are they
Yes.
like Stormwind, like level 60 guards, or are they like Morrowind, like level 20 guards?
Morrowind level 20 guards.
Okay,
Yeah,
cool.
it's probably more like it.
Like Elder Scrolls 3?
Yeah. Like that first town you're in, there's all these like guards that are scary when you're in the beginning, but then
Yeah.
you come back later.
Oh yeah. No. These.
Talking about Say the Neen, I believe.
Yeah.
It's a little
Guards have hilariously low challenge ratings. So you guys right now could probably kill 20 guards without breaking a sweat.
We don't.
I mean, on a different day, maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe. Well, a different day, different life, different circumstance. Again, no one's born evil.
Right.
So
Yeah.
Dipstick, you were here when the attack went down. And
Yeah, well, I was downstairs getting ready for the day, and I heard some sort of commotion, and I heard a cuss, and then I heard a loud pop that I haven't heard much before, and then I heard a ka-plump.
Hold on, Dipstick. I have one question.
Go ahead.
Why did you do it? And then Gooby goes to like grapple. It's
Okay.
Like, get in his face to try to like determine if he's.
Okay. There's a skill called Insight. Roll a d20, and one other person can help out.
This is another skill that I'm proficient in, and I only get one bonus too.
You're a very wise thief.
I got a 19 plus 1. That's a 20.
Perfect.
I just want to know. I just want to know
what you get. Okay, doesn't really help.
I got 9 plus 3, so I'm like, I could know, but my view is obscured by this.
Yeah, you've been hurt before.
Frog boy.
If I could make a comparison, Mike is playing LA Noire and actually playing the game, and Casey's playing LA Noire, but also making a sandwich at the same time.
Yeah. I'm playing LA Noire, but I'm making fun of it at the same time.
Okay. It's like, oh, these grammars aren't good. Yeah, you can definitely. The fear in his eyes is almost primal. There's almost a scent about him, not a pee-pee scent. Let's not get gross. But he's extremely panicking. He's like, I didn't do it. I didn't. What are you talking about? I've known you for these past 3 days, and we've had such times together. I didn't do it. Please put me down.
He's either telling the truth or he's in that production of hey.
I've watched
tieflings walking in.
Trust me, no. I know that I've met the cast. I've gotten all their signatures. He's not part of it. If he
I couldn't act my way out of a paper bag.
No, don't say that. It's a skill. You can practice.
Don't say that.
No, I mean,
what if he's just scared because we're close to catching him?
Well,
guys,
I trust. No, I trust.
Here, I know one way to prove it. For sure. Once and for all.
Make him taste the blood.
No. Lunchmeat takes off his bonnet and puts it on him. And
okay.
He's like, act your way out of this hat.
Oh, what do you mean?
He couldn't do it. Here, he couldn't do it.
Yeah.
Puts it back.
All right. You're cool.
Eleni, is that what grad school was like? It was like the final.
Oh my God. It was. You put on a mask, and then you had to like become the mask. And
okay.
Your teacher then like, "You're a skeptic, aren't you?" And you're like, "Yeah, wow." Can you feel the energies?
Is that good?
And then somebody yells, "Hot techniques walking in."
Wow.
When you put the hat on, he's like, I'm a tiefling, as you can all see, and I'm walking.
Yeah, but he's not that hot. No disrespect.
This one can't stop crying.
It's a good emotional choice, though.
Yeah.
Right,
please,
down, dipstick.
Thank you.
No, we had to try.
Oh, well, thank you for assuming that I could do such a thing as this, and that I'd run to you first to help save it, and that I could be able to hit myself in the back of my noggin.
Dipstick, what level are you?
Me? Oh, I don't have a level. I think I'm like a 1.
Yeah, that's the vibe I'm getting.
1.
Challenge rating?
You're level 10 in my heart. Buddy.
See, I'm a spellcaster, so that kind of makes things different. If you get into melee with me, I'm deleted. But if I can stand back, I can make things weird for you.
You gotta probably kill like 5 rats, get to level 2.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, sewers. See if someone wants to kill a bunch of rats or something.
Well, I don't want to go in the sewers. It's gross down there.
Seems dangerous.
It is dangerous.
Check out the sewers.
No. Keep going. Wait, where are we right now?
We're here in the Temple of Gond.
We're in the room where it happened.
Oh, so
yes.
So you out of this room?
Yeah, but we're trying to determine what the next step is.
This is like an Agatha Christie murder mystery.
We're in the temple, right?
We're in the scene of the crime.
So I didn't really want to make this 110% like a whodunit detective thing. So this is like the little bit that you're getting, and then so what I mean by that is that is exactly what we're doing. But you're not trying to figure out what I wrote in my notes. I have a few little threads here and there, but you're not trying to decipher a riddle or whatever like that. We can just role play and figure out like what's a logical thing. So there are different people you can talk to. Like I said, there's still a guard here. There's some blood that Pavith saw leading outside the window, dripping down a little bit.
Blood trail?
There's a slight blood trail. Yes, there is.
Gooby, with his thieves' intuition, follows the blood trail.
Could I also? It would like. Would survival be something I could use in that case?
I just rolled the survival. Yeah,
yeah, definitely.
like tracking the blood and
for sure.
Ladders and stuff as well.
Yeah. Gooby, go ahead and roll a d20 to what we call aid. And then depending on what Gooby rolls, then Mala, you will get advantage on it. So Gooby, roll first.
Oh, I'll get advantage. Okay.
Yeah.
First one.
Yeah, I got a critical failure.
Oh, that sucks. So let's hope that Gooby rolls good.
I need to Blair just verify that I'm not.
Of course.
All right, not great. I got a 5, but the good thing, we can maybe roll it again.
No,
because I got a 1.
Yeah. So it's both of you just looking. Yeah, you both try to follow the blood quickly, one based on thieves' intuition, one based on a survival instinct learned from maybe under the giant that protected you, and you hilariously both try to get. It's like one of those round windows. You're both like, I think.
Just let me.
Yeah, you're both trying to get through it.
Assistance.
I don't want to like.
They're eating another loaf of bread.
Okay.
They smack their heads again.
Oi! And due to some of your scrawling around up there, you mix the blood up a little bit. The trail's still there, but it's a little bit harder to find, and you can't. It's not like it's not an arrow, and it would never, even if you rolled a 20, it wouldn't have been an arrow.
But it is going out the window, right?
It's going out the window. It's like kind of dripping off on the roof there.
Lunch meat jumps out the window.
Okay.
Jumps out to get to the roof.
Okay.
Right? He sees it, so he like sort of and goes to like ledge hang.
Yep. So yeah, the window leads like a 2-foot drop down to the rest of the roof. It's not very steep. It's a pretty tame by comparison's church, because they're like the god of like knowledge and inventions and stuff like that. So they're not super ostentatious, so to speak. So yeah, there's definitely a blood trail leading down the roof, and then it's probably a 20-foot drop to the ground, and as you peer over the side, you're able to see a little bit of blood on the ground, but from this distance you can't make out much more than that.
What's out there? Pavith is like trying to stick his head through the window, but he really can't get much more than that.
Yeah.
More blood and a little bit of blood that I can see.
What does the blood out there taste like?
I will not taste this blood. I only taste blood when it's sprayed in my face. So can Lunchmeat jump down off the roof? Yes, you can.
The damage for falling in 5th edition in Dungeons and Dragons is hilariously low. It's once you get to certain levels in the game, you can pretty much jump off a skyscraper and be like, whatever. It's no big deal.
Yeah. And my athletics.
You might take since you're only level 3, you might end up taking like maybe 10 damage. It's like, I think it's like 1d6 per 10 feet. So like if I roll bad, you might take 2 damage from jumping 20 feet on the ground from the roof.
Okay. Can Gooby help you with this? Because Gooby has like insane acrobatics.
Yeah, and you can definitely roll to like lessen it, because fall damage is so low. It's easy to kind of fix or whatever.
Okay. Well, so he jumps down.
Okay. Yeah. Go ahead and roll that beautiful d20.
13 plus 1, so 14.
Okay, awesome. Yeah, that is a very good roll. So I'm gonna say just roll 2d6 and take the lesser number.
They were both 5.
Whoa, those are both high statistically. Wow. You take 5 points of damage as you land great, but you kind of twist your ankle a second as you're kind of resetting yourself a little bit. It's not even the fall really. It's just kind of the reset, the balance, and so forth. The hilariously springy rock you just landed on. Down here, there is blood, but only a few feet later, there's more stalls. There's more people. There's people just walking over the blood, and there's like 3 extremely angry guards trying to push people back. But you see all of the blood sort of like smushed and mixed together as people have. It just leads into a crowd, unfortunately.
There's no more blood.
What?
No more blood.
I can't hear you.
Lunch meat.
Meanwhile, inside the room, the city guard walks up to you, Pavith, and it's like, "So you're the adventurer supposed to watch the vial, were you?"
Yeah, well, we're the daytime shift. This little stinker over here is our night guard.
They weren't supposed to be able to get in the room. We didn't know.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know what to tell you, man.
All right.
You find anything in here?
Well, from what we've been hearing from canvassing, this is the third attempted break-in this week, but this is the only successful one.
Wow. Any commonalities between any of the attempts?
The first two, the door, the lock in the door was mangled to shreds that they couldn't even get the door open. This one, they were able to somehow get the door open. I think that contraption you and your buddies were pawing at earlier was part of the situation there.
Do these initials mean anything to you?
There's that play, but that's probably not it.
Yeah, we can an apostrophe.
Yeah.
Okay.
They're pretty serious about their branding. You'd think they'd have a hot team.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
That's
such a good point.
Can one of you roll for the guard? Basically, a history check. Can one of you roll a history check using your stats, but essentially use it through the magic of gameplay, putting knowledge into this person's head?
Do you have, Mike? Do you have any plus or minus to history?
I have a +1 to history.
So
okay.
Roll it.
Perfect.
7 + 1 is an 8.
8! They say, well, I know sometimes that various artificer guilds or artificers will imprint their name on their contraptions. Most thieves wouldn't leave a calling card like this, so most likely someone bought this from a shop somewhere.
Okay.
And I could tell you that it's tough out here during the days of wonder, since there's tons of people selling mechanical objects. Maybe ask around the shop, see if they know anything, or maybe in the Alley of Bells might have some permanent fixtures. I'm not too sure.
Okay. Thank you for your help, sir.
Oh, no, thank you.
Do we tip you for...
Nope, your taxes pay me. No need.
I don't pay taxes in this city, for sure.
Okay.
Oh, we get the
But
idea.
you're saying I don't have to pay you.
You do not have to pay me.
Okay.
Can all of you talk amongst yourselves of what you guys want to do? I've been downing seltzers, Gamer Fuels. I have to go to the bathroom.
Gotta go.
Go to the bathroom and steal a break.
Hooray.
Gooby.
Chad, give it
now's
up
our
for
time
Tim.
to-
Give
yeah,
it up for
Tim.
Tim.
Let's
in the
prank
chat.
Tim right now.
I got
by
you guys-
saying some nice things.
Yeah, let's prank Tim by saying some nice things. I do keep looking at my phone, but it's because I'm looking at the chat
Yes.
and not wanting to be like, hey, chat, and also looking at Twitter.
What do we
But
got going on in
only-
the chat?
Yeah,
Let's
lots
see,
of
we
chat.
got hello.
Tim is doing a great
Woo.
job.
Yeah,
We got
Tim's
some
hello.
We
hello.
got clapping.
Who's that?
We got
Who was
H Love
that?
is clapping. Time to make a pee. Everyone's saying Tim.
Sweet.
Tim.
Love
Sweet.
Tim.
We love Tim.
Just so we have a answer ready for Tim when he comes, we should go to the Alley of Bells. Does that sound good?
So
Sounds fine.
Lunch Meat does walk back in the
To
meantime.
the
while
we meet,
while Tim is gone, Lunch Meat walks back in.
or we can all meet outside.
We all meet outside.
At the,
Do you guys want to all take turns just jumping off the building while
Pavitt,
Tim's not here?
I literally don't think Pavitt can fit through the window because he was describing it as like a little circle.
Maybe you should go outside, climb up, and then jump
And
off
then
the
jump.
roof.
Yeah. I mean,
It's
honestly,
like XCOM movement.
he could do it.
If anybody's
Pavitt can jump 40 feet straight up in the air from flat foot on the ground.
That's pretty cool.
He
That's
doesn't,
a
even
good-
have,
amazing.
he doesn't even have to crouch. He just.
I know some sports teams that would love to draft him.
I'm excited.
So you said where we choosing to go?
We're just gonna all meet up on the
Bells.
outside of
Bells
the
place.
of the temple.
Well,
so we can go to the Alley of Bells.
Bell, bell,
Alley of Bells.
bell.
All right, hey Tim, check the chat. We got a little
You might
prank
have to
hiding for you.
Scroll up.
Okay. Did I get owned? Okay. No one tell him.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
PP,
our
clapping.
We
All
know
right.
it's here.
Okay, Tim, I hope you're getting better. Donate. It's what we're looking for. Mom had surgery.
saying yay, Tim.
Tim.
Oh, thank you so much, everybody. For I felt like the pee was coming out a lot stronger and faster. It hurt a little bit, but thank you so much. I'm never going to be able to see that Marvel movie without going to pee.
Oh
yeah.
Yeah. So
we've decided that we're all outside of the table now, and we're heading to the Alley of Bells.
I do remember seeing a shop. I think there's that one shop. Hot Tieflings working here.
That was a show that you saw at the carnival.
No, that was Hot.
Remember, we were talking about it earlier.
No, it's Hot Tieflings working here.
Was it walking?
It's a whole separate thing.
Okay, let's check it out.
Was it walking like a walk? Like
no, working. The walking is the
That's
show.
the restaurant.
The shop that maybe made the lock.
That's a Tiefling fusion restaurant.
I don't know.
I get it. It took me a second to get it in character. Yeah.
Dipstick, where's the Alley of Bells?
It's to the northeast. I could show you. Follow me.
I know.
Let's go. Lunch meat.
Yeah.
Lunch.
Does
meat.
Dipstick fit in the baby Bjorn?
Small.
I probably just lift him by his scruff and carry him.
He's like, ow! Oh, this is like
the back
Just
of the neck.
kicking
He's like a
his
lizard,
legs
right?
in
Just
there.
taking a bunch of baggy skin.
Yeah.
You like grabbing him. Yeah.
As you are leaving the temple to make it outside where you are right now, the guard talks, like, kind of leans in and whispers as you're assembling your Bjorn. It's like, be careful. We've heard some rumblings of demon worshippers out and about today, trying to cause a ruckus. If you get into any trouble, be sure to call the guards. We'll handle it. Our response time is roughly 15 seconds to get to it.
Pavith leans in real close to the guy. He gets his mouth like right next to his ear, and he goes, "Thank you.
Oh,
here's 15 gold pieces."
How many?
15 gold pieces.
Holy crap! Wow. And he throws the guard helmet on the ground. Like, I quit, boys. I'm out of here. I'm opening up that tavern I always talked about.
What you have, like, Tim? You have
exchange rates.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
So there's like gold, silver, copper. What is it?
Electrum or platinum?
Knuckles.
Yeah.
In like dollars. If you had to roughly say, this is like
How much did I just give this guy?
I forget off the top of my head, but you gave them probably like $400, maybe $500.
Buy yourself a PlayStation 4.
Yeah. It's one of those things, like the economy in D&D is kind of hilarious. Like adventurers, it's sort of like America, where for the pharmacy industry, we're paying all the extra costs there, because adventurer, if you're buying like a cow or whatever, it's this much money, but there's farmers that aren't spending however many gold. So yeah, most people don't make that much gold, but adventurers, they throw money around. Well, they're gonna die young.
Yeah, honestly, and Pavith is just trying to tip this guy because he loves the.
Oh yeah. Let's work.
I forgot to mention that I gave Gooby in D&D Beyond, you can give items and stuff.
Uh-huh.
I gave Gooby a camel. That's like
a live
camel.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
Just real quick, smash cut to Gooby's camel, Gooby Jr.
Okay.
Out at home.
Outside in the city stables or something.
Yeah, just munching, kind of scratching its hump on like a post, making friends with a particularly surly goat, but after a couple day or two, they become best friends. Like
that's really good to hear.
Yeah.
And Gooby Jr. is gonna be a pretty big part of what happens.
Yeah. Equally as big as the meat son, who is the blinded meat son.
Yes.
Yeah. So as you're leaving, Pavith, the guard grabs your arm and he says, "Thank you so much." And you find yourself outside, and you raise your large meat hand, and inside is a piece of paper that says, "Lady Barbara Yagalski, look for her."
Pavith is like, I don't know what this means. And he just kind of throws it up in the air, hoping.
Let one of you handle it.
Yeah.
Lunch meat.
At the bottom of the backpack.
Mel's got fast reflexes. If Gooby grabs it.
I'm assuming it falls and no one pays any attention to it, and then Mel. Oh, okay.
Well,
he was fondly remembering the camel.
He's thinking about the times. Flashback to when Gooby met Gooby Jr. As Gooby was running away from his the bog that he grew up in, Stinky Hollow.
Yeah.
And he met this
Stinky
little
Hollow.
baby camel that was trapped in a bear trap.
Somebody already
And he pried him out, and they bonded and nursed him back. Oh, cool.
Somebody already
We
drew that.
already have some fan art of. I'll just show that.
Oh my God. Yeah. Thank you so much, Hugo.
Yeah.
It's from
Because
this
you're our
is
friend now.
At your darling son on Twitter.
your darling son.
Yeah, that's gorgeous.
Yeah.
Love it.
We love this. We love you.
Oh,
Thank
it's
you.
great.
So,
Yeah.
Tim, what would I roll to see if this?
Oh my God, it's amazing.
Well, I guess. So, what's the name on it again? Is this?
HT. Oh, on the paper. Sorry, is Lady Barbara Yagowski.
Lady Barbara Yabowski.
Yagowski.
Is she the one you mentioned at the beginning?
She
Mhm.
coveted the serum.
Oh, she was the one who covered.
Okay.
Yeah, she covered.
We're like walking around. We're like in a crowded town, right?
Yes.
We're all writing right now.
Yeah. So lunch meat undoes.
One of you is walking. Yeah.
The baby Bjorn.
Yeah.
He goes, I got an idea. And he just walks into the center of a bunch of people, and he's like, hey, attention. Does anyone listen?
And he's covered in blood.
Covered in blood.
Very
Attention,
small.
attention.
Okay.
Attention. Anybody listen to me?
Yeah, you all are. I don't know if you would also agree, but you are quite the sight.
I'm like the sight.
Yeah.
Hey, my name is Lunch Meat.
Lunch meat. Lunch meat. Lunch meat.
That's right. Now that we're all on the
Lunch
same page, I'm looking for Lady
Barbara.
Yagowski. Anybody see her? Anybody?
Roll a d20 for me. Let's leave it up to the fate cube.
Tim, while this is going on, can Gooby try to pickpocket somebody while their attention is elsewhere?
Sure.
The guard we gave 15 gold to.
Here we go. Got it.
Looks like we have another giveaway going right now in the chat. In case you're just listening to this, ironing, making soup, making love. Is anyone making love while watching this?
Does persuasion come into it as well?
Oh, hell yeah, definitely.
Okay, so I got a 9.
Okay, perfect. Yeah, you don't need much to do it because you're immediately in the thick of it. And no one says anything to you at first, right? Everyone kind of looks around, and then you all of you kind of get dejected. You're sad. You thought you did so good. Everyone was sharing lunch meat for a second. And then Pavith, you start to walk more, a little bit of a sadness in your step.
Yeah,
and then
his boot on the ground, kicking up.
yeah. And then the Goliath, I believe I said Zoo Man. I mix NPCs up a lot. Is just acting like he's spraying down a manticore or whatever, and he just leans back and says, "Hark, the Widget Emporium," and leans forward to spray again, and all of you are like,
Who's Hark?
It's the store. It's the store. The thing. That's where the thing is from. The HT Hot Tieflings walking here. It's Hark, the Witch Emporium.
Oh.
The Witch Emporium.
So
Widget.
Not hot tieflings working here.
Isn't Hark
Hot
a greeting?
witches with me here.
Hark, thy Widget Emporium.
I really
The
thought
Witches
The
Emporium.
widget.
With
I think
me.
it's widget. It's like little tinker toys.
Oh, not witches?
I think it's
Oh,
widget.
It's a widget,
I'm
like a little
so
browser
sad.
thing.
I think if
I
we go
love
to Alley
widgets.
Bell, we're probably fine.
here. I'm gonna give you this piece of paper. Could you just write on the
He's
back?
like, dude,
Spell it out.
dude. He's obviously he has like a slate gray skin, and he gets like pale as you talk to him. He's like, "What do you mean? Get away from me! I would never tell you about Lady Barbara Yagowski." And then he makes sure no one else is around, and he's like, "I dropped my Manticore bottle." And as he's like picking it up, he's like makes eye contact down near the ground with you, Mela. Is like, yeah, it's HARK exclamation point.
Oh, okay.
Thy THY space WIDGET. I think I'm not positive on that one. Emporium, like an emporium. EMPORIUM.
I have a question. So you said it's Hark and then an exclamation point?
Yes,
Why
yes.
is
It's
the exclamation point the second character? Do
No.
they not include?
no. That's like the hot tieflings working here. They don't have the apostrophe in their t-shirts they sell.
This is just called world
knew
building.
it.
Yeah.
Okay, well that's good to know.
This is a
Thank you.
crazy world
Hey.
where they don't include punctuation in acronyms at
Well,
all.
No. Why would you? Yeah.
While they're talking, Gooby's making eye contact with this manticore
Uh-huh.
and feeling a strong kinship to this beautiful beast.
Mhm.
And he's remembering Gooby Jr. and he feels a pang of
Longing.
longing, and he's missing.
Well, Gooby Jr., feels it too. Camels are magical beasts. We can all agree on that.
I'm gonna try
They
to
definitely.
talk to Gooby Jr. as much as I can.
Okay, yeah. We have an hour left, and most of my notes here are Gooby Jr. related. So you're actually just helping me,
So
Okay, so yeah, you're able to, with all of the other wonderful roles and role play, you're able to figure out where it is. As you walk by, you see such things as that hammer game, and you notice that hammer has it's not just a normal combat maul hammer. It has very stereotypical World of Warcraft gears and cogs in it and stuff like that. You can talk to them for a second, and you realize, hey, that's the same type of symbol from Hark Thy Widget or whatever I said before.
Can Pavith play the test your strength game?
Please do. You walk up to it.
Pavith gingerly gingerly takes off his backpack.
Yep.
And
What does it look like when you guys put the backpack down? Did you all just sit in it and just dangle and wait?
It's got like a
fall
hiking.
over a little.
I want to say it's got like a hiking rack in the back. So
Okay.
it's got a frame on a backpack with a bunch of pouches hanging on it. So when
Okay.
you set it down, it doesn't fall over or anything. It
Okay.
Just,
I was sure.
Yeah, it's got little spider legs. And
Yeah.
Like a Boston Dynamics big dog you're walking around.
so that it's facing the test your strength game.
Can I just
Okay.
say, I imagine the carny here is oh God, no.
So here's what happens, actually. One of the handful of things that me in the beautiful Twitch came up with 2 days ago, I don't remember. There is a huge bugbear. Bugbear is like a goblin, sort of, but covered in hair, which is weird. He stares at you, Pavith, and he's roughly your height. He's shorter than you, but he has much more hair and stuff like that. And he goes, you think you can beat him? And he points down to this tiny 2.5 foot tall gnome with that mechanical hammer that's just holding it down the side. It's a marketing ploy, you see. He makes fun of you, and then I shame you. Let's do it, buddy.
Lunch meat instantly shrinks to 2'4".
Okay.
Pavith's wait, I thought you guys don't have a hammer for me to use?
Oh, you get this hammer, and they give you a very stereotypical handle with a ratty piece of clog, like half a chunk of a tree, a log. It's pretty much a stick and log hammer type situation. Real old timey.
Gooby's on your head, and he's like, thieves' intuition, something is amiss. And he looks knowingly at this other hammer that the little one is wielding.
And it's kind of steam's coming off of it. Yeah, it's pretty straightforward.
Yeah, Pavith goes and he grabs the cloth hammer and he's like, all right, I just want to test my strength. And he raises it over his head and then brings it down in a huge he lifts his feet off the ground.
Okay, go ahead and roll a d20 with advantage, please. And Gooby, dexterity check.
Gooby's getting in the mix.
Wow.
That's just a D20.
D20 plus some points, probably 3.
I'm rolling a strength check, right?
Yes.
Okay, so I rolled an 11. That was the highest of my 2 rolls. So
Okay.
I had 3, and I got a 14.
And
Okay.
Gooby got a 15 plus dexterity modifier 5, so 20.
Perfect. So Gooby, you, as Pavith swings with all of his might, trying to just destroy this hammer thing, you're able to hang on with dear life. You're actually able to help with his momentum, getting a little more of that perfect ounce as the little dinger goes up and it just smashes off in a very stereotypical way, where just like that gnome that got hit by Mela before, the bell goes boom and goes flying off into the air, and you forget about it.
The high gods or whatever.
Yeah, well, 2 minutes later, it does land on the meat shack, kind of getting set up. He finally gets a new meat wheel set up. His son is cleaned off, and then the bell lands on the thing. And
Yeah.
And the gnome goes, "Oh my god, that was amazing! Here, you deserve this." And he hands you this pretty giant mechanical hammer that he spends a couple seconds pointing things out to it, like clapping you in the arm. The bugbear's clapping you in the arms. People all around, just everyone's clapping you in the arms. I don't know what your people personality is like, but you're getting a lot of attention here. You
loves the attention, but doesn't know what to do with it. So he's like,
lunch meat just starts going, lunch meat.
Yeah, lunch meat.
You get the idea that everybody in the crowd thinks that Pavitt's name is Lunch Meat.
Oh,
exactly.
But then also the meat shop, by the way, he's selling this as lunch meat, so he thinks people are mocking him.
He's like,
come on.
I spent all my money coming here. This is a normal quote unquote great maul or whatever, so you can it's a D12 to attack, but due to its artificery robot bullshit inside of it, you can add +5 to ability checks. So that means if you're trying to bash open a door, you can add +5, but if you're trying to hit a person to do damage, you don't get that +5, if that makes sense.
Quick question.
Yes.
You know to this, but maybe you won't. Because of it, like weird, like gyroscope thing, would Pavitt be able to, and his already like huge size, would he be able to wield it in one hand and still have a shield?
Sure. Let's do it. It's like obviously he's like, oh, I can't do this. I'm small, but you can. There you go. Congratulations on this thing.
Give it to lunch meat, maybe?
No.
Oh no.
Lunch meat doesn't want it.
Pavitt is like so happy he's like, oh
yeah,
God,
you earned it.
It's just you earned it. Thank you for chanting lunch meat.
I'm definitely fighting with myself, being like, we have 50 minutes, but yet, what about this guy selling apples over here? Remember?
Hey, Apple Man.
Hello, how are you?
Where's the Hark Thy Widget Chamber? No, that's not what it's called.
Hark Thy Widget.
It's a shop.
Emporium?
Emporium.
Well, maybe if you buy some of my apples here, my tongue will be loosed as yours, and sated as your bellies shall be as well.
You sell slices.
Whom?
Slices, like a single slice.
Just one slice.
Of an apple?
Yeah, you know how you can go to like a bodega and get a slice.
Uh-huh.
Just a slice of apple. I'm so full right now, but I just...
Oh, I see. Sure. Oh, but my apples aren't just any apples. Slicier regardless. I have green. I have red. I have yellow. I have clear. I have black. I have light green. And I have hot white.
Ooh.
We'll take a couple of hot white apples.
Hot white apples.
And
a clear. And a black one.
Okay, here you go, my friend. Be careful.
Here is javelin in exchange.
Okay, wow. It's a lot of blood. Thank you so much.
Used, but it does work pretty well.
Will you accept it?
Not typically, but we only have but 48 minutes, so...
It's okay. I'll give him 15 gold pieces.
Holy shit! Oh, he throws down his chef's hat. It's like, fuck all you, fuck you. I'm out of here.
Wait. Before you go, where is the Emporium?
Oh! And then he, on the back of a napkin, he writes in apple grease, like kind of like a street, yada, yada, yada. It is on, scrolling, Lindenmore Lane, I think.
Oh, Lindenmore Lane? We were just there.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Linden Tree Lane.
We've never been there.
Never been there.
No, fuck that place.
Owns it.
Yes.
There's a witch that works at the widget shop.
We walk towards the street so that we can finally get to the Emporium.
Yeah.
Okay.
And we got there.
And we're there.
Hey, look at that.
Unless we get waylaid again.
What about a man selling bananas? No, just kidding.
None of us like bananas, so we walk right by that guy.
I want 15 gold too. So yeah, you
tastes like though.
Yeah, what are these?
Oh, we gotta know.
Pavitt bites into this white hot apple.
White hot apple. So as you bite into it, the three of the rest of you are like, oh fuck, we're flying, because you immediately forget about Pavith. You have a strange form of invisibility. You're there. When they turn around and touch you, they can touch you, they can see you. But everyone just forgets you for 5 seconds.
And he just like eats it and he's like, what a weird taste.
Yeah, can you roll a d4, please?
Ooh, yes.
Sorry, roll a con.
I got one.
Yeah. How about this? You fail your con check. We're having fun. Roll d4.
At this point, Mella's like, I finally embodied the spirit of my idol.
Lunch meat can fly.
What'd you get on that 4?
What'd you get?
I got a 3.
3. You are now horrifically sad.
Ooh.
So doesn't taste very good.
Ooh, this is like NeoScum now.
Yeah. It's like you're coming down from a great height. Feeling invisible like that for just a few short moments was great, but now you're intensely sad.
I don't think any of you should eat the white apple.
Okay, can Mella take a slicey of the clear?
Okay. Yes.
Can I say that she takes like she has like a small dagger for utility purposes.
Okay.
Yeah, for
a utility apple. Yeah. So as you
she take, unless you're going to say that the cutting does something. So I'm going to say she tries, but it's clear, so she keeps like dropping them. But she eventually gets one.
Yeah, it takes you a little bit to get it, but you get a little slicey. And as you're kind of like being like, wow, this is really good. Faint lines are drawn from the tips of your fingers, and you realize you're able to like draw symbols in the air. Basically, like you have a pen, but for the air, a faint glowing lines, and they appear to last for about a minute.
Ooh, wow! Can anybody else see them?
Yeah, everyone can see them. Yes. Can you roll a d4 for me, please?
Yes, a d4.
Time to boot up the old app.
Oh, the old app.
Oh, the old apple.
Apple phone.
Ooh, puppy, I got 4.
Whoa.
4. You are now hyper focused. Almost like what I've never taken, was it Ambien? But what I've been told Ambien is like. You have that sort of situation.
That's just basically my brain.
Okay.
No, you're playing what Tim has been told the experience of Ambien is like.
Yeah, don't do drugs, kids, even if the doctor tries to give you them. Just kidding.
What we assume is.
But it is the real Casey Toney experience.
It just so magically happens to be the exact same.
Yeah.
Yes. So unless you want to have more apples, you eventually get to a. Imagine that this sort of the area. This used to be sort of like the extra park on the side of the city that was taken up by the people fleeing this horrible demon apocalypse that happened, I think 12 years ago now. But since now, like actual buildings have been built and things of that nature, and they're doing well for the most part. You go to where the shop was pointed out to you. There's a like cogs on it with like a cool sign that doesn't say anything, and then all of a sudden it comes together. And it says, "Hark, thy widget emporium," and then it kind of goes away, keeps coming back, and there's a little door there.
I found it by myself. Just kidding.
It's like
Lunch meat.
a real steampunky
Lunch
store.
meat. Very steampunky store. Very steampunky.
Just told me they're mad that Firefly was canceled.
This is my shit.
Pavith has so they all have like a little strap that they can easy release from the baby Bjorn, but Pavith also has like a master pull cord.
Okay. Yeah.
Pull it, and all of the baby Bjorn straps like loosen up, and everybody at once. So he just makes his like shoot thing, and all the bags open.
Perfect. Yeah. So you all drop to the ground. Sarah. Okay. Yeah.
It's great. It looks like a big man with 3 smaller people coming out.
I just said lands in a 3-point hero landing.
Okay, perfect. Yeah, no, you look great. There's a dude at the end of the street, like lightly clapping. a little bit.
Yeah, well, they've done this before. Yeah.
Yeah, wow, great. Yeah, the door is in front of you.
We go in.
The door's locked.
Oh, Pavith rolls
Whoa!
with his hammer.
Wait,
Okay,
wait.
Wait, never mind. He's
What?
thinking,
Everyone's
he's,
around.
he's like looking at the hammer and looking at the
No,
What?
wait.
Use that hammer to perform thief lockpick. Yeah.
Wait. What about this thing? And Lunchmeat picks up the weird thing and sticks it in the hole that's in the door. And
the weird thing that you found at the previous scene of the crime.
Yeah,
It's
Yeah.
broken.
It's
Right?
It's broken as fuck,
Yeah.
unfortunately. Yeah.
Is there like a lockpick on the big crazy Great Mall thing?
There's not, but it would be within the realm of possibilities that Gooby has thieves' tools or what have you.
Gooby does have thieves' tools, but does anyone have something really wild they
No,
want
I
to?
think you should if that's cool, but I want to channel through you because I understand the importance.
Mm-hmm.
I want to channel through you the spirit of my idol, if possible, as you do it, just with like a hand on your back.
You guys all want to put hands on my back while I do this real quick? And
Yeah, this is like a power
Pavith-
of friendship thing.
Pavith doesn't quite have enough space on your back for his whole hand, so he just puts one finger
Oh, I thought you
on
were
your
gonna say like
back.
his whole head.
So it's like one finger and then two similarly shaped.
Yeah.
fingers.
Yeah.
So as we do this, it's very much like the power of friendship kind of
Mhm.
thing.
Mhm.
But the effect from Mela is guidance, which
Okay.
is adding to. I would be using one of my superiority dice, right? Or
Yes.
No. Actually, you know what? No, that's just a cantrip.
Okay. So
yeah,
you probably add like a D4 or something to your roll based on the spell that Mela. So let's go ahead and make it a D6 for ease of use.
sure.
And Lunchmeat's adding the power of lunch.
Yeah.
Okay.
And Pavith is giving like the game it. It's like that gamers are never alone. He's like,
Okay, you've lost all of it. You have.
Okay, so he can roll first and then I can add it, or do I add it first?
You can do it all at once, whatever you want. Depends. Like, cause
roll for it, Casey.
Gooby remembers when he first left Stinky Hollow to become a thief, like the mysterious thieves that came and robbed his hometown's temple and stole a aberration's fang or something. And he knows that if he is going to one day be the greatest thief of all time, as is his goal, this lock stands in his way. And he goes, by the power vested in me, as Gooby Prince of Thieves, I use my thieves' tools. He does a, oh God. He does a D20 roll, which he got a 2 on. And let's see, he's gonna, what do I add to this?
You add your proficiency and dex to it. So probably I think you add 4 to it. I think.
So my dex modifier is +3, my proficiency is 2, so that'd be 5.
Oh, 5. Yeah, sorry about that. Yeah, 5.
A whopping 7.
So can we say real quick, can we slightly modify something? I don't
Sure.
know if he'll even get through anyway. Can we say we don't put our hands on, because we trust Gooby to get this until we notice that Gooby's kind of struggling.
Oh no.
And then we all
he's like sagging down and
yeah. And at this point, so I'd rolled a 5.
Okay.
So there is like really, you do feel some sort of kind of like some like energy like pumping through you and some determination.
Yeah.
To go beyond or whatever.
And then just 2 other hands on your back.
Gooby is in an arena against this like keyhole beast that he's fighting, and it's like whooping his ass, and he's like,
it's a theater of the mind thing where to everyone seeing outside, it's just you kind of like glaring at it, but inside it's sort of like the angel and demon battle in like Diablo, where you're just like clashing, and you get forced to your knees as the demon roars at you and rears back. But then a huge what you say hill giant, is that what you said?
Yeah, just he's way even bigger than normal hill giant.
Okay.
22, 23 feet tall.
An
Okay.
old hill giant.
Like bodybuilder kind of.
Sure, probably covered in like leaves and shit, hence the druid stuff. Grabs the demon's pitchfork and breaks it in two, and he says no as you're able to fight forward with your key blade, and
That's a crossover.
there we go. And you unlock its heart, and the door goes.
Amazing.
And we are in Kingdom Hearts. We know
You're in Kingdom Hearts. Hello, I don't do voices.
When they have like lock picking mini games and you have to like finesse a lock. This game is just the entirety of the Kingdom Hearts franchise.
You just beat the Japanese mobile game, the one that only came out in Japan. You did it. Yeah, you get that very intense lore.
So before they walk in, because now the doors are open, right?
Yep.
So before they walk in, they're looking, and Lunchmeat says, "Now is the moment," and he pulls out from his pocket a little toy that's
we hit
shaped...
the donation amount.
We did it.
We did?
Thank you, everybody.
Did?
I was like, shit.
The donation amount it's at right now is
when I emailed you, do you guys want to be on the charity stream? We're hoping to hit 3,845 by 6/22. If you guys want to do it, be like, yeah, well, let's do it. Yeah, we did it. Thank you, all 93 of you.
Okay, so he pulls out the toy.
Okay.
The toy is a little figurine of himself. It's a wind-up toy.
Okay.
And he winds it up. It looks like it would fit in with the stuff in this shop, right?
Yeah, for sure.
All like cogs and gears and whatever.
Yeah, like the
yes, exactly.
Yeah, monkeys. Like, thank you.
And he winds it up, and he says, "Go!" And then it's just this little toy, and it just goes lunch meat.
So as
forward.
Okay, as
20 feet.
Okay, as Lunchmeat Jr.'s going forward, you just kind of see like axes coming down, darts being shot, electrical explosions as he's just kind of, waddling by, and he's dodging all of them with great aplomb. But because of that, he sets off every single trap, so you don't have to do it. But Lunchmeat, I need you, unfortunately, to give me a Dex or Arcana. Roll D20 and add 3 to it. Let's just put it that way.
Let's see if
Is that everybody? Just me?
Just you. As you. This is the kind of signifying your rock gnome tinker's experience. Did you make it good enough?
I got a 23.
Natural 20? Okay, well, okay. I wanted to have a really sad moment of it dying, but no, instead, there's a final moment. Yeah, a huge boulder just falls on it, and for a moment, you're like, no! And then, and he just pushes the lunch meat over the huge 600-pound rock to the side, and the entryway of this little shop is just covered in darts, is half on fire. The fire goes out, and then there's just a human dude, like with those kind of huge nerdy glasses with like the magnifications on, just like staring at you. And it's like, do you all need help, or
You're not a hot tiefling at all.
Well, I don't know about that, but I do okay, little guy. Or little girl, sorry about that.
What's with all the traps?
Oh, well, see, you broke into my shop, you did.
Yeah, well, it's like, it's midday. Why's your shop closed?
Oh, why would anyone come into my shop when the old...
Does this look familiar to you?
Ah!
Key. This was used in a crime to break in and steal the anti-aging Sephora.
The vial of vitality. That's the name of it.
The vial of vitality.
The Sephora cream.
He looks at it and says, well, I don't... And he throws his goggles at you and bolts out the back door.
Ooh,
we should chase him.
Gooby,
chase scene. So it slows down. All of you are able to make, we call this a skill challenge. Use the acrobatics, animal handling, investigation, nature, yada, 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 to catch up with him. You can go in any order, just popcorn back and forth. We try for fun to encourage different stuff, to not use the same skills over and over again, but we don't have that much time, so it's okay. Chase scene, go.
Pavith is going to use his athletics to just like Goliath, like lunge after the
Okay.
I roll a 17.
Okay.
Plus 5 with my athletics is 22.
You do it. You jump forward. You're able to get despite your huge size, you're able to get extremely close to this dude, and you're just able to grab his shoe, and you come back. You think you got him, and then you look down and you just have this tiny shoe in your giant hands. But he's definitely slow. We call that a success. Who's up next? He's farther down. There's other. You can tell me what obstacle you want to do. Like if there's more traps, if there's guards. You can pitch me literally anything.
Gooby was on Pavit's, like immediately leapt using his sticky ball fingers on Pavit's back, and as he lunged for him, Gooby used that momentum to like fling with his tongue off of his back and like centrifugal force, launch like slingshot after the guy. Okay, awesome.
And all of you have advantage, meaning roll the d20 twice, because we broke $4,000. Thank you so much, everyone. Thank you. And remember, we want to get to 4,269, please, if we can make that work out.
4,269.
Can we get to?
Is that the record?
The record is 10,777.
Okay.
Yes.
I don't think I need advantage on this because I rolled an 8, and my plus acrobatics is 7, so it'll be 25.
Okay, yeah. So you break through into like the back area of his of a workshop. The good thing is you're able to push over one of those metal racks, which lands on him. The bad news is the commotion calls over several other people. And I will read their names aloud because they help me on Twitch. They wear stereotypical like mechanics garbs, and oddly enough, they have their names on it right there. You see, Mike the Bumble, Autumn Rose, Dick and Ashpile, crack their knuckles and kind of
no good.
They're up to no good. They're all three of them. They're humans with bright red hair.
Hey, Tim, so, look, this is a bit of a stretch, I'll admit, all right?
We've been pretty by the rules, so, let's see what we can...
So number one, look, and I don't want to abuse it, but guidance, since it's a cantrip and we're out of battle...
we're in combat. We're pretty close to combat.
But this isn't combat. This is chasing him. Guidance is still for ability checks, and so as opposed to saying like, I'm going to cast guidance again, narratively, the spirit that he passed through is still like in him. So I'm going to take that or I guess roll a d6 for that if possible. Okay. And then, so my acrobatics is +3, but my animal handling is +5, and I know that's like, but can we say that as he ran after, he smashed through stuff. Gooby did this cool like flip off him even further. Can we say that like I had like latched myself to like Gooby's like under
that's not even that hard to justify. I
got and so with that here's what I propose. I got with advantage I got 16 +3, so 19.
You do it.
+5.
Can I just say something about the way Casey role plays? He makes every roll like he is defending his thesis for a PhD.
All right, I know it doesn't make any sense, but I take a sword and I hit the drink.
He's on Ambien right now.
I will not roll anything less than this, and if I do, I'm going to figure out a way to negotiate my way into a different thing.
Isn't that?
You know what? Since you're doing a druid thing, and we just hit $4,200 a week number. You're blazing it.
Yes. So what I'm saying for that last 4, that's 24. Can I, with that, transition that? I'm smacking my hand. How serious I am. Get my veins ready. Can I like transition that? That couldn't be like a surprise attack on these guys, could it? The 3.
So here's the thing: we don't have enough time for battle, so we're in like theater combat zone. So yeah, instead of like entering initiative Final Fantasy style, yeah, you can kind of pitch things like that to me.
So because I can use a superiority die to do a sweeping attack.
Okay.
So we can say even if it's not like, oh, I'm not hitting these guys, I at least like land doing a sweep that like.
Sure. So like, yeah, your vine goes off your chalet stick, however you pronounce that, and then you whip up, and it even gives Gooby some extra force as well, and you just land down, and then as you hit it, vines just shoot out, and you see like the like golden image of your what do you call them? Like your spirit guard idol, yeah. You're
train me directly.
Yeah, giant senpai like ghostly stands up, and vines shoot out and knock over the dudes. They're obviously not dead, but just then, hearing the racket, you see coming out from the back door up top, you see a woman with obviously dyed red hair, a bright pink Victorian dress, a high snooty face with tons of caked on makeup. She leans over the railing and says, Who dares disturb my workshop on this my day I become young forever? It is me, Lady Barbara Yagowski. We can
lunch meat.
Who is lunch meat, and why will they die on this day?
Me. I'm lunch meat. And
Very
lunch
short.
meat is like,
Who said that? I cannot see you.
Pavic like gets out of the way, so you can.
Oh, there you are.
Did everyone get a chance to do a chasing thing?
You
I
haven't.
think it actually is your turn.
I had rolled a 1, and
Someone has to fail. Right?
what I was gonna do was, I rolled a 1, and then I was like, well, I'm gonna use my persuasion to persuade myself that my feet are actually faster than they are.
Okay.
Like, talk myself into it. And my persuasion is 3, so I got a 4. So then I was like, okay, lunch meat stays where he is and doesn't land anywhere or
Like
whatever.
yeah.
Like I'm just like, yeah, no.
Yeah.
But it's it transitions so perfectly into the reveal of we're chanting lunch meat, and the fact that you're back there.
It's just like,
I have like a ultimate smash move.
Okay. Before that, I'm counting this as end of round 1 of whatever. She just leans back, crosses her arms, goes, "You fools! No one enters a hag's lair." And before you, the makeup kind of drips off of her. She jumps on the edge of the railing. The dress she has, she tears off, and she's wearing like stereotypical rags, and she spits in her hand and she throws it at all of you. All of you, can you please make a DC 14 dexterity save? And if you fail this, you're going to have to make a DC 12 constitution save.
Wait, did we roll a 20?
You roll 20 and then add what your dex check thingy.
All right, Pavic got a 10.
Perfect. You fail.
Sweet.
I got a 6.
You fail.
Gooby got a 1.
You fail. Wow. Hey, man.
Well, it doesn't matter.
No,
You
it's a
have to
1.
beat 14.
If you get a 1, it's automatic failure.
Yeah.
Oh, then I failed.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So I got a 12. So also failed.
Oh, all of you fail. All of you now make a second D20 where
We have the coolest fucking entrance you've ever seen in your life. And
Yeah.
We're like so like
yeah. So she spits into her mouth and spits into her hand as her like face gets long and her nose and ears kind of sag and her eyes get deep and her skin turns to this kind of shimmery wetness, and she has like long green hair, and she throws down this she like kind of vomits a little bit too. There's like bird bones. There's a frog leg in it. There's a bouncy ball that's like half eaten, and it splashes at all of your feet, and you kind of get stuck for a moment. But now make a 12 con save.
Okay. Pavith got 16.
Perfect.
Gooby got 17.
Perfect.
I'm
so
rolling
you roll
a
a
d20.
d20 and then you add your con, which is +5 for you.
What's 9 plus 5? I got that.
14.
14.
Perfect.
18.
Perfect. I wanted at least one of you to fail. That's okay. So all of you bite down a little bit of the bile. Those of you who had the apples before, you're thankful for the apples not, or apples not coming back up as you resist the putrid smell. But your feet are stuck fast to the ground. All right, you guys get to go again. What do you guys want to do?
Oh,
Horrible!
Dude, this is a lair of witches after all.
Uh,
This sucks.
Lunchmeat enters rage.
Oh,
Okay.
So I don't know how that works exactly, but it says that as a bonus action, it's a bonus action. So Lunchmeat goes forward and then enters rage.
Okay.
So you gain advantage on strength checks and saving throws.
Okay.
+2 melee damage. Blah, blah,
Yeah.
blah.
So we're just gonna give you like super duper advantage. So you can roll d20 twice and add a d6 to it, just to go quicker. I actually have a picture of this person. I don't know how to share it because how do I do this? You can go and roll as I try to figure this out.
Twice, and then I add. All right. So my first one was a 12, so 13.
Okay, yeah. You do whatever you want to do. What are you trying to do here? Are you trying to?
Lunchmeat is running forward, and is she still up on a
Yeah,
railing?
she's on the railing. So this is like, imagine like a large warehouse, right? With various warehousey things, heavy things held up by chains. Since it's artificer / alchemical place too. There's vats here. There's stuff like that. But yeah, she's like hunched over on the edge of a railing. She's kind of just flexing. She doesn't need to be on the railing. She's just showing she can as her like gross feet wrap around it.
Great. So Lunchmeat runs towards Pavith, who's in between the two of them, and is like, "Ah!" And Pavith knows to put his hand out and launches him up into the air.
Okay.
Lunches him.
Launches him up into the air.
Perfect.
Blah, blah.
Oh,
Just-
exactly. And for this sort of skill challengey thing, setting up your buds is usually better because you don't want to be like, I stabbed the person that at the end of this and kill them. It's like, no, let's we set it up. So yeah, you do great, and you, Pavith, you're now able to do things that you weren't able to do. Let's say that as opposed to more advantage or whatever.
Can I say that Pavith is able to like rip his feet out of this goop or whatever?
Mm-hmm.
Or do I need to roll for that?
Yeah, sure. Let's do one roll for like the whole kit and caboodle of what y'all want to do.
Well, so here's what I was gonna do.
Okay.
So as a level 3 warrior, a champion, I actually don't think. I think just level 3 fighter gives him this, but so he has action surge. So
yes.
once per short rest, he can take an additional action on your turn.
Okay.
So what I want Pavith to do is to take this hammer, and like I said, this is like a ultimate smash level move. One move is to throw it up into the air, and the second move is to jump up, grab the hammer, and then smash it into the ground, destroy the whole thing, and like doing like an earthquake effect over to the hag on the left.
Are you trying to destroy your hammer with this smash? Is that what you're destroying? What whole thing is being all destroyed?
I think Pavith doesn't particularly care if the hammer breaks or not. He is trying to like use the hell out of it. So if it is going to do more damage, he is going to like.
Okay, yeah. You with that like reckless abandon, you come down. Like, give me some beautiful rolls. Let's see how well this goes for you.
Do I just roll d20?
Roll d20. Roll it again. Add a d6 because of all the other. There's a lot going on right now.
17 and then +6.
Yeah. So I got 17 plus a d6 is.
It's gone forever. Bye-bye.
I got a 2. So 19 total plus his strength, which is 3, 22, and then proficiency, which is 24.
All right, since you rolled so extremely well, you are able to, Gooby and Mela, you are immediately freed from the goo at your feeties. With a horrific shattering noise, you just destroy, and there's a slight explosion. You singe, what's your eyebrow situation? Bushy, high, tight? Yeah.
Yeah, he's got pretty bushy, blocky eyebrows.
Okay. Yeah, they get singed a little bit because they're very bushy and blocky. What's that?
They look even cooler.
Yeah, it's almost like
Oh, it looks great. Oh yeah.
It's like a cool like crossfade.
Oh yeah, it looks great.
We can all do that after this recording.
Yeah.
Oh, together. Let's shave our eyebrows. And then with the huge force, you're able to like shake the room enough that like shit starts falling down on the ground. But most importantly, Lady Barbara Yugowski falls to the ground in a heap, and she like stands up and goes, ah! And she goes and slashes at you, Gooby. What do you do?
At Gooby?
Yes.
Ooh, well, I think I gotta dodge it. That's literally what I was about to do. If able to, I would like to roll off of her attack.
Okay.
So that like, hopefully, I'm able to be back to back with her, and then take my sticky hands and rip her wig right off her head because she's old. She wants to be young again. There's no way she's not wearing a wig.
Yeah.
I thought her wig came off.
Well, it was a glamour, a magical wig. You know,
A magical wig.
Right.
Now we take off the real wig.
the real wig. Okay. All right, go ahead and give me probably a dexterity base, acrobatics probably.
Okay. D20 roller. Let me just Google it real quick because it keeps disappearing.
Here.
I got it. 18 plus 5, 23.
Perfect. Yes, you're able to get a huge hunk of this disgusting, stinky creature who smells a little bit like salt water and sadness. It reminds you of the worst day on the swamp. It just kind of and all of you kind of smell something different. Maybe it's when your giant senpai died or left finally, or I don't know enough about Pavith or Lunchmeat's backstories to tell you what you smell, but you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
It smells like the worst day of your life.
Saltwater and Sadness was my emo band in high school.
Gooby, before smelling that, before taking it, is like back to back with this hag after dodging this swipe attack, and goes in like a cool like back to back cross shot. Is like, your first mistake was trying to out thief a true thief, and then he rips his wig off and goes, "Oh God, no, my parents!" As he's like smelling the His parents were very upset with his choice to leave and not become a priest who like does sacrifices to a giant like frog.
You yet again rip out clumps of hair, but this time there's like huge clumps of flesh at the tip of it. Yet again, not a wig, but I follow a very classical hag standard. They got seaweed in their hair. She's not near the water. She just has seaweed in it. So you just have like gross seaweed, gross hair, kind of blackish purple blood, and you just hear screaming as you just sort of with your thrust throw her over your head, and she barrels and knocks over one of the cauldrons that spills this disgusting putrid smell that smells like a refrigerator store on a hot day, but it starts lighting on fire, and different potions and different like a jar filled with a human head or a calf explodes, and they're all exploding all around you.
Did not want this to happen. Ruby is so sorry.
I know.
Is she all right? No, it's normally a wig.
Lunch is like smiling.
So this place, there's like you said, like little like explosions and like kind of like fires starting.
Yeah.
And would this be my action? I think at this point.
Yeah, I think it's your go. Is that right? Yes.
Okay. Then at this point, because like clearly this place is starting to like go up in smoke and a few other things, and we may not have a good way back. There's probably other traps that are going to get triggered by the fire or whatever. So the hag seems kind of out of commission at this point. We need
she's like trying to put out fires on it. Acid is kind of getting on her, and she's like, ah!
So what Mela wants to do is blow a big hole in the wall.
Okay, perfect.
Out to the outside.
Okay. Yep.
So to do that, I guess at this point, I want to use one of my superiority dice to do precision attack.
Okay. Yeah, so you're like trying to find the weakest point. You take a moment, you kind of push the stinky fumes out of your nostrils, and you sort of just like look at this brick wall and be like, that's that bad brick right there.
Yeah. And
that's a bad brick.
Oh, hello. Come here often. Wait, we crossed $4,500. Holy beat.
Oh!
I'm crying.
That I am gonna succeed this roll. I just decided. So
Okay.
I don't make the rules. That's what it says. It says that.
So I'm going to, of course, use the cantrip Shillelagh to power up, and I'm like, show me the way, and just kind of like starts to like glow a little bit, and like, and I make a sprint over to that brick that I'm like, this is gonna do it, and I swing as hard as I possibly can, and I guess let's see what happens.
Let's get that beautiful roll on.
Guys, it is snowing so hard outside.
It really
It
is.
really-
We're looking out the window.
Like,
We
yeah.
can see just like.
I'm so happy. It's 70 degrees.
I
in
want to
this
say
day.
that while
Yeah.
this is happening, and she's like glowing and going towards the brick wall and everything, like, it is just has such a good feeling. He's just like, lunch meat.
Yeah. So precision attack. Are you able to look that up real quick? Is that like +4?
I'm not gonna look it up. +8. Do it.
+8?
Yeah,
Okay.
Yeah, you're filled with, again, it's not just you, like you don't see it, but as the three of you look over, there's just a huge giant spirit behind Mello that you don't know you're doing it, and you still are harboring this, I don't think I can do it, but the three of you are just like, oh, he's doing it. She's doing it.
He's doing it. Yeah. That's just kind of like. And we'll say one more little justification.
Please,
For
yes.
this. I also have action surge. So I'll use that right now, but that is me and the spirit of this giant acting simultaneously.
Okay, sure,
And
sure.
so it was only a 6, but then you get that that +8.
Yeah.
And
then +16.
It's been the +16 we said before.
yeah. So it
And you're hyper focused from that apple kind of.
Yeah,
Uh-huh.
totally.
what
Uh-huh.
it doesn't happen. Do you need anything else?
No, it
And-
works. It works.
And Pavitt looks over at Melon and gives her a wink and then goes, "You got this."
Again, yeah, it's the whole thing. It's extreme slow motion where each of you are just like, you can do it, bro. And then you're like, oh no, tears streaming down. Your stick, which is a symbolism of your senpai, hits with that brick, and for a moment you don't think you're doing it, but the stick starts to crack and splinters. It shatters, but in the shattering, it proves to you that you didn't need the strength anymore. The strength that's inside you, as your fists go forward and you punch through the wall in a huge, but yet structurally sound hold.
Yeah. Tim's done this before.
For some reason, Lady Barbara Yagowski whips out this gorgeous, very fantasy-ass potion, gleaming bright yellow. Bright violet, excuse me. She goes, if I die, I'm gonna die looking young. All of you have one snap movement that you have to go very quickly. Oh.
Gooby got a 20. Gooby got
Oh! What?
Pavitt got a 2.
Pavitt
Pavitt got a 2.
19.
Okay.
I got.
Hold on.
All right, tell me what all of you do in tandem.
I have a blowgun with blow dart.
I don't know.
I don't know combined.
Gooby,
You're all doing it at the same time. It's gonna take all of your strength.
uses his tongue, which he normally wouldn't do because there's no honor.
Exactly.
His natural advantage. He likes to do things the hard way, and he's like, "No, this hag."
Can we say that I shoot the blowgun first, hit her like wrist, and she drops? It's about to.
Oh yeah, it's dropping and tumbling within the air. A very stereotypical like, it's a bed of nails. Why is that there? I don't know. You don't want to drop a piece of glass on it.
They gotta have a nail.
We all know that thing. All right, and you rolled a 20 for your tongue attack or tongue thing.
Yeah, for the tongue save. Yeah.
Okay, your tongue is able to wrap around it and reach back, and you have now the vial vitality. But all around you is exploding. What do Lunch Meat and Pavith do?
So Pavith also tried to stop all of this stuff from happening, but his like wrecked hammer wasn't doing anything, and he just like smashes it into the ground again to try to like do the earthquake effect, but it just doesn't have the same energy he did a second ago, and it just like the thing just is like trash now.
Yeah, and it makes a very like lying as all the springs shoot everywhere.
And he looks down at the hammer and he says, "Thank you, but I think I prefer javelins." And then he looks back up and he's like, "We gotta get out of here." And he starts running up to all of his friends, like grabbing people and just throwing them over his back so that they land in the backpack.
Yeah.
You know that where Gooby was is a tadpole and an empty bottle. But Gooby has all of the intelligence of a 14-year-old bully who now gets to restart life as a baby.
Lunch Meat. Yeah, go ahead.
I was just gonna say, Pavith grabs the little tadpole and just sticks it right on his forehead.
And Lunch Meat says, "Come here," and gives him a kiss on the forehead and eats the tadpole.
Ooh, but Lunch Meat is shorter than the tadpole.
Oh,
So Lunch Meat is on the
Lunch
tadpole.
Meat, yeah, okay.
And the quote unquote fantasy camera, it is darkening as you all are just as Pavith is barreling. Some of you are bouncing out of your seats. He has you underneath your arms. Gooby, the baby, is going through Lunch Meat's digestive system, learning a lot about the human body along the way. And as you just see the hag look up at you with blood streaming down, it's like, no! There's a huge explosion and shoots off. Her head shoots off, and that's we're in a 3D movie now, and everyone put your 3D goggles on. The head comes at you, and then credits. Whatever.
Wait, can it be a 4D movie theater where they also spit water all
yeah,
over?
we all spit.
The credits go da-na-na-na.
So all of you at home, there's a giveaway going right now for never before done Die Hard dice rolling scroll. No one has one yet. You can win one right now. Also, wherever you are, throw some water in your face, spit in the air so it lands on you. Yes. Maybe light a match, get it near you so you feel it, but don't hurt yourself. Be very, very safe.
Tim,
yeah, just go ahead.
Super quick, just before we finish, can I make one super quick suggestion for an after credits scene?
We have at least one after credits scene. You know, we have a stylized credits going in between. We have a scene or two, depending on what you guys.
Yeah, the bloopers, everything. But we have to, where we're explaining to like the guards
what happened,
like how we're like having to like lie about like. Yeah, she took the potion. Yeah,
and
like
she killed our friend.
Yeah, she turned her really small. Or him.
Yeah, and then there's just like a little tadpole on like the inside of Pavith's ear, like looking at everything. A baby Groot moment.
Yeah. Baby Groot. Yeah, baby Groot. Thank you so much.
Baby Goopy. Hey, thank you, Eleni, Blair, and Casey, so much for being with us as we cross. Let me refresh.
What are we at?
$4,519 donated by 97 people since 10 a.m. this morning. Thank you so much, everyone out there, for raising money for the Trevor Project. NeoScum, thank you so much for being here. It means the world to me. This was fun as hell. I've been wanting to chat with the rest of you after getting to chat with Gannon a bit ago. Please plug anything and everything that you can.
I think we're all on Twitch. We all have Twitches.
Yeah.
Mhm.
My Twitch is twitch.tv/Blair Britt Project. I stream myself playing like Magic the Gathering Arena, War of the Sparks came out. So
we should go head to head. I got a white weenie deck. Let's do it. I don't care. I don't give a fuck.
I'll take you down, my man. And then sometimes I stream Overwatch as well.
Okay, awesome.
Yeah.
Right now I have twitch.tv/CaseyPony.
Okay.
Poney. And right now I am streaming through Gooby's like experience of the Keyblade, right?
Okay.
Where he has to go through the whole series. I'm playing through Kingdom Hearts 1, 2, and 3 on Twitch over a period of several months, as well as maybe some other stuff like that, as well as games like Dreams and Sekiro and some other fun stuff. So check that out.
Awesome.
As well.
And then Mike and I stream together, twitch.tv/It's Mike Eleni Time. And right now we're streaming Portal 2.
We're about to beat it. Hopefully, fingers crossed.
Maybe 1 or 2 more streams.
Some of those later levels are bananas.
Yes, you're very crazy. And then after that, whatever. Usually it's...
Maybe you guys will play the co-op version of Portal 2.
Who knows?
Oh, that'd be cool.
It actually is really fun.
Yeah, both are really good.
And it's a totally separate thing.
And then obviously, if you don't already, listen to the NeoScum podcast.
Yeah.
We're all on it.
Yeah.
The NeoScum podcast is the only actual play show that Jennifer Cheek of Drunks and Dragons listens to.
Wow, cool.
That's high honor. Yeah.
I love it.
She's paused because she only listens to the Dollop now. Let's hope David Gareth join us. Just kidding. But yes, thank you guys so much. Their show is great. It's Shadowrun, so they're not technically one of our competitors. Just kidding. There is no such thing. Give it a listen. It's depressingly good.
Depressingly good.
Yeah. Especially the recent episode.
Yeah.
We have a heavy recent episode.
Yeah.
Yeah, I see everyone retweeting it. It's like episode 2. I punched the man in the balls. And then episode.
Yeah.
Great one.
Everybody's weeping.
Yeah, it's a real roller coaster.
Yep. It's definitely one of those shows that you don't want to listen if you have your own podcast because you'll get mad. But
We've heard that.
Great. But yeah, everyone, please honor their donation of time by checking out all those things they said. Thank you so much, Twitch. Thank you so much, NeoScum. We are going to... Yes, thank you for joining us. John, is there any announcement before we pause the stream yet again?
I don't think so. So coming up next, we have Christopher Bedell from Sentinel Comics, or from Great Games, doing the Sentinel Comics RPG with the Drunks and Dragons guys. So tune in for that.
Yeah, cool.
Thank you, NeoScum guys, for joining us.
Thank you.
Thank you, everybody, for donating.
Keep going on.
Bye.
Bye-bye. Thank you.
Bye.
Yeah.